Democrats sell out labor and take corporate contributions? Absolutely. So your answer to a revanchist far right that's doing even more than any previous administration on labor is to go back into history and bitch about Democrats fucking up on that issue. What we on the actual left who care about actually achieving things are doing is fighting all of these fronts simultaneously. But actually, in fact, focusing now on the main threat. I said if you were in a swing state, vote for Hillary because I wanted to keep the main threat and the main problem be those fucking neoliberals and corporatists that we do have to defeat, not galloping fascists. But you know what? It's a good business model. Outrage is a good business model.
Oh, there we go. There we go. You should be able to hear me now. Um, how's everybody doing? It's been a rough day, a little bit for me. Um, but I've been trying to work to get some shit set up, and hopefully I can get my PlayStation 3 set up. There are some games and I want to actually go over and shit like that, kind of play and shit like that. I did do my morning exercise. I know I keep promising you guys that I'm gonna actually go and film why I'm exercising, but it's just one of those things where it's just like totally it's one of those things where it's just like I'm not gonna lie, I forget like the walking stick when I want to exercise. Yesterday was a real pain. Nephew tried to stream my sister and brother-in-law's internment on Facebook live. Didn't work. Thursday, everything at work went to wrong. Boss pissed me off. Looked at my calendar and Mercury went into retrograde. Yeah, I can totally understand that. Last week has just been just a shit week. I haven't been able to game as much as I want to. Yesterday, okay, so I had a new friend in the week before last and last week. We spent a lot of time together. I found out later that she said that she was feeling sick, her body was aching and shit like that. I was like, hey, have you got vaccinated? You may have COVID. She's like, I'm double vaccinated and boosted. And I'm like, hey, do you have a fever? I don't really have a fever, but my body's sore and I'm just tired. I'm like, you may have COVID. And like, of course, I think she had COVID and I think she gave me COVID. And I'm like, and for those of us who are vaccinated, COVID is just like a cold. I'm not saying that you can't have worse repercussions, but like, yeah, I think she had COVID because that's the predominant, respiratory infection that's going around. The flu isn't predominant and all that other good shit. So yeah, I kind of been feeling shitty for the last 2 weeks. This week has just been worse because I just been tired and it's just like, I guess I'm in recovery mode. The sinus has been an issue, but I haven't lost something serious like taste or some shit like that. I haven't actually had that problem. I will say this though, other than that, my week has been really, 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 really shitty. If you don't know, it is Subtember through Twitch. If you don't know what Subtember is, during the month of September, Twitch actually has an additional 30% off if you buy membership. If you watch me on Twitch and you already have a membership for the month, cool. I do not need you. I thank you for the what you supported me, but I don't need you to go and buy like 5 or 6 memberships. This is like not that thing. I have 2 consistent people on Twitch, and I hope they're using their Amazon Prime Bezos bucks to actually support me that way. I love you guys. I look here. It's awesome, and I don't want you to think that I'm like this is not a oh yes no, like I thank you guys. I am dealing with some financial shit that I'm really trying to fix through working hard as much as I can and trying to put out commissions, but I am running into some financial things that I actually need to fix. And so if you want to help donate, I have a Patreon, I have a PayPal. What will really help, what really helps is getting that subscriber account up on YouTube. It's just one of those things where it's like I want to hit that magical number of 1,000, and so I can make sure that more and more people can actually get this message out, and shit like that. Why am I doing all this heavy preamble? Well, one, because I really don't have a video that I really want to cover today. I have a few long form videos, and maybe tomorrow, because I have nothing else to do. Like I said, this is one of those rare weekends where I don't have anything else to do. I may do something long form as well, but like right now, I want a game. I want to talk to my people. If you hop in Discord, I actually am in my Discord, and I can actually get you in a chat to pull you down. But like right now, I'm tired of people. I am really tired of people, and I'm tired of dealing with stupid people. So to have a normal conversation, to be able to address some shit, and like just make sure that I can actually talk with people. Jump in, and if you're somebody who disagrees with the shit that I believe or the videos that I've put out there, cool. You're welcome to come into the chat and talk as well. I personally, I really had a long week at work, and I'm really dealing with a lot of shit that I wish I didn't have to deal with, but because money, yeah. And I don't get on here and talk about a lot of shit. Yes, I may say, hey, I gotta go to a convention. Can you help me out? And usually I cover that by probably borrowing and begging family members. But like, yeah, I'm just going through some shit right now, and yeah. Anyway it goes, guys. I am in the chat, and let's turn on the PS4. Let's get that down. I don't need the second screen up. Yeah, I actually have some videos. So what I do is this. I actually do put some videos up, like the ones that I want to actually cover. And it's just like, yeah. Gotta remember to actually make sure I do that one. Oh god, I'm super small in this video. Actually, let's turn this off. I don't want this background anymore. Delete that. Yes, I'm sure I want to remove background. If you guys got something to say in the chat, go ahead. I am paying attention to chat. Yeah. Let's go ahead and move this back now. Ooh, everything's popping in. See? All right, we can have some good news too. That's still a thing. Good news. Cobra Kai returned Friday. I know this is gonna sound weird, but I haven't watched Cobra Kai. I wasn't a big Karate Kid fan. I know. And it actually, like, it's one of those things where it's just like, it wasn't for me. Like, I watched it because it was on TV, and I just really didn't. I didn't enjoy it like a lot of people did. But I'm also somebody who like Lethal Weapon back when it was good, 1 and 2. Um, I am somebody who. Oh shit! Let me turn that shit down. Um, it's just the whole that never it never fit for me, and I know a lot of people it did work for, but it never fit for me. Um, I can if you can make an attempt satellite repair. Okay, let's do show selective. If you can actually make a convincing argument to watch for me to watch it, I will watch it. Wait, why isn't it show selective? Oh no, see, I don't want to do that. Okay, this is weird. Ah, so you're not gonna let me show this? Oh, y'all are some bastards. Oh, okay. Wait, no. Let me exit out and maybe they'll let me do this shit. Um. Okay, so let's just talk about 80 movies that I did like. I will talk about some 80 movies that I did like. I like Conan the Barbarian. I I actually did like far from like the heights of Conan the Barbarian. Conan the Destroyer was actually pretty good too. I guess that's why I play so many the Conan Exiles game. Um, what's another one? I loved Red Sonja, and you could tell that it Red Sonja was just another movie Conan was in. He didn't. They didn't say he was Conan, but you can tell he was Conan. Um, I like Predator One. Of course, I'm gonna say I like Predator Two more than the Predator One because it was different. It was in the city, um, and it wasn't just scary Predator man in the jungle. I like Commando because I like the Commando where like it was just the dynamic of it. Um, why is it not running? I guess. I guess it's not letting me. Why isn't it letting me? All right. I guess it's not letting me. Okay, let's do this. Okay. Update: Amazing community has started pieces to reach reward for milestones. Celebrate. Suddenly has activated frame boost for all players who collected beats. Why doesn't it allow me to select the show? I don't know. Is it only because the only one here? I guess. I guess. Because I may be remote playing as well. Um, I I actually have the Discord chat open and up. Yeah, the text message is there. Okay, here you go. Remote playing as well. All right, Joe. I actually have the Discord chat open and up. I'm sorry, I didn't see that. Yeah, the text message is there. Okay, here you go. I'm playing as well. All right, I actually have the Discord chat open and up. Joe, turn off the stream. Yeah, the text message is there. Okay, here you go. Okay. All right. Joe. Yeah. Okay.
Hello?
Hey.
Hey, I just want to make sure you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. The stream is on and I keep hearing the feedback.
All right. Then,
Hello? Hey.
let me turn the one off. Let me turn the one off.
I just want to make sure you can... Yeah, I can hear you. The stream is on and I keep hearing the feedback.
All right. Then,
Hello? Hey. You hear the feedback?
let me turn the one off. Let me turn the one off.
I just want to make sure. Yeah, I can hear you. The stream is...
Now let's try it.
All right. Yay.
No, I'm trying to learn how to do this damn thing here. Oh, man.
You good?
Oh, good.
How are you today, my friend?
You saw how marvelous Thursday was. I mean, everything went wrong. I'm trying to take notes. All of a sudden, we had an emergency situation at work, and what happens? The software on my laptop the security, the McAfee decides to update. Right in the middle, so everything gets jammed up.
Imagine working for a bank call center, right? I mean, working for a call center, we're not going to say that. And in the middle of working with somebody's account, the software updater actually happens and you lose the call. Yeah, I know how you feel.
Yeah. And this was a threat against an office.
Oh, God.
So I'm trying to go through our emergency procedures, and at the same time, a conference call decides to come in that I am supposed to be on. However, we have the emergency situation. My laptop isn't working, so somebody got really ticked off.
I get people have needs, and especially the field you work in, I know it's like dire. But why be mad at somebody that has your address?
And then I'm dealing with scheduling leave for 141 people. Leave for 141 people at the same time. I'm under a deadline, and before I can schedule that, I have to see what the schedule of operations is for the next month, for the next 6 months, which wasn't released.
Wait, how do they expect you to do your job when you're missing crucial information?
Well, and then there's more fun. The regional manager decided to come in on Wednesday, and I just started getting that. I'm starting to post everybody's leave. So we have a video conference call, and while we're doing the call, I'm posting everybody's requests. And then I had my baseball cap on my head, and somebody did not like the baseball cap on my head during the video call, so I had to take it off. And it was just little things. Aye! And then just imagine this, fella. For 7 years ago, my sister died. 5 years ago, my brother-in-law died, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Oldest nephew just held on to their ashes. He didn't do anything with them except keep them until the Lord told him to do it.
I mean, always listen to a zombie Jewish man from the first century.
He's not Jewish. He found Jesus.
Yeah, still, always listen to a zombie Jewish man from the first century from Palestine. That's what you do, man. It's so many Americans that do that because Jesus is a special friend. Imaginary friend. I mean, special friend. You should always listen to Jesus.
Well, I listen to Jesus at the gym, and he's a ripped bodybuilder. That's the one who I prefer, okay?
I mean, that too. I mean, like, to some of these hardcore, some of these hardcore believers, they're all the same thing. They may actually have more fun with Jesus.
Yeah. See, you just hit the nail on the head, didn't you?
Oh God. I look. I am literally I I literally go through shit that I don't say on stream because one, as much as I want to make this as my career, I don't want to give certain people ammunition about certain things. But yeah, it's a reason why I have so much dedication and time to my YouTube channel that I put out as many videos as I do because I actually want to use it as a second income when it matters. But yeah, being an adult sucks.
It wouldn't suck if you put your brain in gear, I'm telling you. They just ain't putting the brain in gear.
That you know what that sounds like to me? When people say that is obey, comply, don't question. And people like you and I that naturally question, we will have a hard time dealing with everybody else.
Look, Crimson, I'm counting down the days. 22 months, 20 days to go to full pension, and I am retiring.
What's fucked up is they pushed that shit back. They pushed it back for no reason other than to make some whiny crybaby Republicans happy about some shit.
Well, at least I'm not in Pennsylvania, where right now they're fully behind the Oz hole and Masturbator Riano.
I don't know. Fetterman, he did lose some points because, ironically, what Oz had to say was, well, Fetterman's fat. And he was like, oh, yeah. That was the nature of American politics is just so goddamn stupid. But yeah,
But I'm really scared with this Masturbator Riano there.
So I will say this: Pennsylvania will deal with shit just like New York. So remember how everybody was really upset that Adams was gonna come out and he was a Democrat, but he was a real right wing Democrat.
Yeah.
And remember how that happened and what happened with that? He went when he got into office. He's like, "Oh shit, I can't be as authoritarian as I want to people in New York." And look at him now. He's arguably doing some right wing politics shit, not right wing, left wing politics shit. So,
yeah, we've got our mayor's race out here with Prick Caruso, and I said Prick Caruso against Karen Bass. Karen Bass would be the first black woman mayor of our city. Long overdue.
isn't the sheriff Villanova, whatever his name is?
Oh,
isn't
yeah.
wasn't he fired or they tried to get rid of him?
Yeah, and the Board of Supervisors has passed a resolution that's going to be on the ballot. And it will take... See, we have 5 county supervisors here.
Mm-hmm.
It will take a vote of 4 of the 5 supervisors to vote no confidence to remove the sheriff. He's elected, and the guy that I really supported in the primary he's a real honest guy he runs the security for LAX. And unfortunately, certain groups like DSA would not support or endorse him. So we've got the Long Beach police chief running against him in the general election. And the current sheriff has so much we desired. Anti-vaxxer, anti-masker. He has his gangs. He allows the gangs. He allows them to ally with the Proud Boys.
You would think where a lot of cops died from, the virus, that he would want he would want them to be able to, be healthy. And this is what I don't get. People who've been in the military that are anti-vaxxers, that's got to be the stupidest thing that I've ever heard, because they vaccinate you for so much shit in the military.
Yes, but you see, this isn't a real vaccine, fella.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We're on YouTube. Yes, it is. We're on YouTube. Yes, it is.
They're alleging that it's not a real vaccine.
Okay. Yes.
What they are alleging, it's not. It supposedly is putting those. It's supposedly putting the nanobots in you. Well, really, if it's putting the nanobots in me, why is it pushing me further to the left? Huh?
I mean, think about it this way. If we get enough nanobots, we turn into Transformers. And then the Earth will become Cybertron.
Yeah, I really want Shia LaBeouf to be running around screaming at the top of his lungs, Crimson.
Hey, you know what? The movies he made after those Transformers movies were actually really, really good. The Diary of the Nymphomaniac, he actually played really good in that movie. And I know you saw it. You can't tell me he didn't have a good role in that movie.
Well, it's just the road to atonement after such bad movies. Look, I'll admit it. Took our all-time Razzie champion Stallone with 30 nominations finally redeemed himself. Eddie Murphy redeemed himself. But I still think old Shia's got a way to go.
Okay, I give you that, but you gotta remember it's typecasted that he did a lot of, and
Yep.
And if you typecast somebody, chances are that they're gonna be screwed in a lot of ways. So.
Oh, I mean, look, I still remember what happened to Jimmy Doohan and Dee Kelly from Star Trek. They got so typecast. Yeah. Oh boy.
Hold on. No song requests. But go ahead, Joe.
No, but you saw. No. I didn't put a song.
No. I was responding to the chat.
No. You got to remember what I did post. It got so bad I had to listen to that Shemp meditation tape, both sides.
Oh God. I haven't heard it. Put it in the Discord so I can listen to it later.
No, let me tell you, it's in 2 MP3s. Back in the late 1980s, as the New Age movement peaked, WFMU, which is a freeform station in New York, well, they agonized over the fact that the station had absolutely nothing to offer the Windham Hill crowd, which was fleeing the station's membership rolls in droves. And the solution was to put somebody under house arrest until they came up with an appropriate solution, and it was the Shemp meditation tape, which was described this way: recommended for new age nitwits and chuckle fucks alike, scientifically mixed in Shemp-orama for your enlightened cassava banging pleasure. Soar the Horowitz heavens and become one with Shemp's karma on the heebie-beebie side, and transshempify your mind. And cook your chakras on the life-affirming side.
Okay, so somebody had too much time on their hands just to write that. I can only imagine how. Oh wow, that is something.
No, click. I just. What WFMU's Beware of the Blog said about the tape. Ah. No, it just sometimes it gets so nutso at work that I found that just 60 minutes of Shemp is a great mind. It's not only a mind relaxer, it's a mind cleaner. Yeah. Far better than a former girlfriend who would simply chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo in front of her little paper kahunzen.
I mean, like, depending on what she's chanting on, it may be a mind cleanser. Did I just say that out loud?
Well, there was a time when, Deetra was here, and yeah, she had her little shrine with the paper kahunzen on it, and she would chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, and she would go ahead and do the gongyo in the morning and then in the night. Just, compare that to my aunt who used to pray to Ronald Reagan's. She had my aunt had an altar with Reagan's picture on it. Her pulpit pimp then told us it's okay to pray to Reagan since he was sitting right next to God in heaven.
But doesn't that? I'm sorry.
Yes. But you're trying to process it. That does not compute, Will Robinson.
I mean, like, that goes against the first set of, like, 10 Commandments. It was more than one. But still, that goes against the first set of 10 Commandments.
Well, no, I mean, you gotta remember that probably some extra things in there, like, Joel Osteen needs to buy his $10 million mansion for,
Kenneth Copeland needs his fancy new plane because you don't want to be in the tomb.
Oh, don't forget Creflo Dollar, who said he had to trade up to the new plane. And he needed $55 million.
How? Why? What?
Well, now, you gotta remember about Oral Roberts and seeing the 900-foot figure of Jesus back in 1978. And he was told he had to come up with $9 million to build that hospital that hospital on the ORU campus. And once it was built, God was going to give Oral Roberts the cure for cancer.
That just seems like a cruel joke that his parents played on him by naming him Oral. Is it me?
No, look, at least they didn't name him Anal.
True.
Honest. Meanwhile, the hurricane passed over last night.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
we had a bunch of, it started like around, we've had this terrible heat wave. I mean, it's been going on, and I love how the National Weather Service kept pushing the end of the heat wave a day further. So, like last Sunday, they said the heat wave was going to break on Monday at 9 o'clock. Then Monday came, they said Tuesday at 9 o'clock. Then Tuesday came, they pushed it to Wednesday at 9 o'clock.
I mean, I hate to ask this question, but seriously, how long do you plan on staying out there? Because it don't look like it's getting any better.
Well, fella, the thing is, I remember I lived in Chicago in 78 and 79. Right when that wonderful blizzard was.
Yeah. How we got Jane Byrne.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Oh, look, I still remember. I was in Oak Park on Harrison Street, and I was only a couple blocks away from the city line. And we saw what streets weren't paved or weren't plowed. It was bad in Oak Park too. I mean, I was living at 34 Harrison, and I was living on the 4th floor of that building, and we couldn't get out the main door. We had to go out the 2nd floor, the fire escape, and then we sunk about 2 or 3 feet into the snow.
Ow! Wow!
Oh yeah! And here I am trying to get to the program center on 600 West Madison.
Uh-huh.
And you find out that the L wasn't running.
Which is fucked up because right there literally is like the L. It was like the best way to get around. It still kind of is, but it's just like, how do you not have the L not running? Especially in a town where, like, public transportation, okay, so now public transportation is a shadow of what it formerly was. It is a shadow of it, and I kind of hate that because we need more public transportation. But in a time in the 70s where it was just more integral to people's lives, how do you not have that running?
Look, I still remember running the Congress train. And then there was a late train that went through North Oak Park. Sometimes I wanted to go to the shopping center. There was a big shopping center right by Oak Park, and I think it was Tinley Park border. And I would take I would go on the Congress train to downtown, then get on the lake train, head on back. And I go shopping there, and then I just hop the lake train and just turn around and loop back. I didn't realize that public transportation in Chicago went downhill.
I'll tell you this. So I lived on the South Side for all of my life, except for when I was out at Naperville. They've actually stopped this is how bad it is. You know how 79th Street bus used to run at least between Western and the Lakefront?
Yeah.
Yeah, they stopped that now. It stops at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, and here we are in Los Angeles actually expanding our subway system. We're doing the major expansions. It's going to go all the way over to Westwood. We've linked down to Crenshaw. We're going to put a people mover in over at LAX. We're expanding in the valley as well.
Thank God they just abandoned that Hyperloop bullshit. Oh my.
Oh, well, he dug a tunnel under LAX for this so-called Hyperloop thing, and he even admitted that the reason that he did it was to derail some of the mass transit here.
Mm-hmm.
And we had an initiative to finance high-speed rail. And it's been stopped every step of the way by the Kochs. The Kochs are financing all of these NIMBY groups. Supposedly we were going to have high-speed rail going from San Diego up to San Francisco, and then it was going to go over to Las Vegas, and it was going to tie in the Central Valley like Bakersfield. So thanks to Koch, thanks to Koch, right now they were trying to build a part of it in the Central Valley, and it keeps getting stopped by farmers, by conservatives.
You know what? I'm gonna say this, and this is gonna sound really, really bad. Some of those farmers need to fucking go out of the Central Valley. If they wouldn't divert so much of the water from the fucking for the farms, California could go back to not being as dry as it is.
Well, yeah. Well, X and I know, if you heard X and I talking about the almonds, and which are water intensive.
Yeah, fuck almonds.
Not only do they have almonds, but they have other water intensive crops.
Yeah.
They grow rice. They grow cotton. They grow walnuts. They grow pistachio nuts. If you take like what's called the King's Highway or El Camino Real, which goes through the central from the Grapevine here in Southern California, through the Central Valley up to around probably Sacramento, and you'll just see grove after grove of pistachio trees, almond groves, walnut groves, pecan trees, all kinds of nuts. And then you get in the Salinas area where they're growing the vegetables. And then you get into the Sacramento Delta, and that's where they're growing the rice and the cotton. I think we can do away with the cotton and the rice, but
because we're selling it here. That's the fucked up part about it. We're not selling it here. And then they're in other places they grow an alfalfa. What alfalfa?
Well, take a look what's happening in Arizona. Where Arabs are growing alfalfa. They're not growing just Spanky and our gang, Or we have contracts that were drawn up when we had Republican governors here. Arnold being the last one extending the contracts with Nestle to draw out water from our aquifers.
No.
And it winds up as Nestle's bottled water.
Don't get me started with Nestle. Nestle is the reason why Flint still doesn't have clean water.
Oh, hey, aren't you glad you're not in Jackson right now?
Oh shit, I saw that. Yeah, you linked me that one. Oh god, that is just like, and it's just simple upkeep shit. But like, to tell you the truth, I actually worked in a suburb called Crestwood. You know what Crestwood is. And
I remember where Crestwood is.
They had carcinogens in the water for 20 years. And my ex was like, why don't you drink the water from them? I was like, no, I'm not drinking the water from them at all. And then it turns to find out they had carcinogens. And
well, wasn't that the same thing in Cicero as well? Yeah.
And the thing about it is, they are an affluent town. Crestwood is an affluent town. It's the good part from the Midlothians or the Robinsons around there. Crestwood is the affluent town, and it's like, oh no, carcinogens in the water. And there was some shit that they could have actually fixed.
Meanwhile, my sister sent me a link to a story yesterday from the hometown. My grandfather set up the water authority in my hometown, and he built a reservoir over a lot of Republican objections, and now, I'm gonna put the link in here. What happened was the guy in my hometown who was running the water authority, I'm going to put it in private here for you. $8,000 is missing from the Ambridge, Pennsylvania Water Authority.
Hold on. Wait. Sources tell 11 News, director of the Ambridge Water Authority is off the job and under investigation. Mike Dominic is accused of stealing between, I don't want to see any fucking pop-ups, is accused of stealing between $500,000 and $800,000 from the Water Authority Friday. The district attorney confirmed his office is investigating allegations against Dominic. News 11 reached out to the Water Authority's solicitor, who released a statement. Mike Dominic is no longer employed by the authority. Authority bank records have been turned over to the district attorney's office. That's got to be the... Why are you stealing money from drinking water? Water.
Crimson, tell me. When my grandfather ran that water authority, he put all the financial transactions in the paper, in the local newspaper, so people could see how their money was spent. How the fudge did that clown get suck off $800,000? And people are whining about how high their water bills are. There used to be something called a borough auditor that is mandated in Pennsylvania. Every town is required to have an auditor.
Okay, so I can tell you what I know is probably happening. They call people who want to know the numbers nerds, and then they was just like, nerd, you don't need to know what our money is. And then they shame some people into being quiet. And it's just like, yeah, no, motherfucker, it's my money. like this is what I don't get about a lot of public shit. It's our money. The fact that the Joe Biden thing. Now, say whatever you will about the senator from MBNA. The fact that he's literally going back and fixing some of the shit that he helped start is actually a good thing. I can't give him shit about it because like he kind of grew a backbone, but there are Republicans that are saying like, no, you're giving money to doctors and lawyers. If they're a doctor or a lawyer and they're not making $125,000 a year, then they need the help.
Did you see where the esteemed Attorney General of Texas has filed a lawsuit to overturn that decision?
Oh, with Arizona and Missouri? Yeah. I want them to go ahead and actually file that lawsuit. File it tomorrow. Not tomorrow. File it, file it right now so people will know that they don't want you to be anywhere near functional or to be motherfucking out of debt because reasons. That's what they want you to do. They want you to remain poor. I want them to actually do that and post it out there. It's like, no, we hate poor people getting loan relief. By the way, I need loan relief for my motherfucking debt.
Oh, I need tax cuts. Come on. Gotta have more tax cuts. Meanwhile, the vampire, Stephen Miller, is saying that Joe Biden ended constitutional government. Now, you've explained to me how Count Screwula get away with saying that, and he gets some folks in the Border Patrol Union to repeat this stuff. putting that. Watch, I'm putting
because
that in the. I'm putting that in the private.
because they never cared about the Constitution. They never did. It was just a means to an end to them. It was a means to an end of them getting power, and once they get power, they're gonna shred that shit like it's no fucking tomorrow.
Meanwhile, yesterday, I decided to make a fatal mistake, and I tweeted about how little Stevie Lennon needed to have a bath. They probably had to put a double dose of Tide in a washing machine to clean him. So Twitter suspended me for 12 hours, saying that violated their rules of conduct. Meanwhile, anti-Semites are still posting their wonderful racist crap on Twitter.
Oh no! Which is better? Better is Libs of TikTok still exists on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
You know that fucking hate account that has had, the Boston Children's Hospital bombed.
Oh please. Yeah. They threatened that fella.
Yeah.
They threatened that, and yet at Jerks, Mr. Jerk says that's okay. And then I saw the Chief Justice decided to shoot his mouth off, saying that people shouldn't be attacking the court, and how he was so hurt with all those with the crowd up there.
You know what, the problem with Roberts is he still thinks that the Republican Party is what it was 10 years ago. That's the problem with Roberts. If he,
well, you have. No, go ahead.
If he actually realized that the Supreme Court is not the same court that it was 10 years ago, and he realized that because he obviously cares about how the people see the court. He cares about that shit. He wants it to seem as legitimate, even though it's not. But he wants to actually have that sense of legitimacy. That's why he has his ruling somewhat like a conservative of 10 years ago. But the Republican Party, for all it is, has become the party of Trump, because a lot of them are just fucking sycophants. That's all they are.
Well, like you said, Oz. Remember, Oz said incest with more than a first cousin away wasn't such a big problem, Yeah, a 10-year-old and a 14-year-old, right? And this is the same Oz who said that the 10-year-old should have brought the baby to birth. Oh, Bella, it's a never-ending case of stupid. Fella, it's coming up to 5 o'clock. I've got to start taking some medicines here and pricking myself to see if I'm a good boy on Mr. Meter.
Oh, no problem, man. No, I'm glad you jumped in.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and disconnect here for a while, because I don't think you want to see me prick myself here.
I have a horrible fear of needles, and you are correct, sir. We always thank Joe for coming on the chat. That was. I like talking with Joe. Joe is actually pretty great. Fucking nail gun. Like, I bought Quake a while ago and I just haven't played it. Fucking nail. Wait, what? Alright, let's go. I got 5 shells. I got the shells. Alright, let's go, let's go. I found the secret area. Yeah, no. Alright, yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Okay. So it's no, whatever I do, I'm gonna leave here. Okay, cool. This is like my first time ever playing Quake. Alright, so alright, okay, cool. Anyway. Anybody else want to chat? I am free. I am playing these games, having some fucking fun. Oh God, I forgot I can do that. All right. So where do I go next? Okay. All right. So guys, nope, came in here, and anybody else have some topics to talk about? I am just looking slack-jawed at a fucking video green screen, and I really didn't want to start a video because, all right, the fuck, okay. Oh yeah, that's right. I actually went back and watched Nail Gun. Oh, I got the blue key. I went back and watched cause I watch reaction videos, and I actually saw somebody go back and like I watched. Got fuck you, dudes. I go back and watch people's reaction videos, and I actually watch the videos that the shows or TV shows they've been reacting to. And it's been just hilarious. Wait, what did I just do? And one of the things was Team 4-Star. They had the nail gun. No, stop. There we go. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, okay. Let's do this. Don Jr. Okay, this gotta be the saddest shit that I ever did see. The best part of Chicago. No, the best part of Chicago is the fact that I'm here. Did I really say that out loud? Alright. Alright, cool. Suck a dick. I can't go that way? Oh. Alright, okay, cool. I'll just keep on. Alright, cool. Yeah. Ooh, chips! Okay, oh god. Okay, I give you the food is good. Okay. I jibbed him. Oh my god. Fuck. Alright, do I go? Okay, I found 2 of the 7 secrets. Okay, cool. Oh god. You know what? I actually had pizza last night and this morning. And probably gonna have it for dinner tonight. Fucking die, bastard. Okay. I think that I probably have some pent-up aggression. Alright. And it's been fun. Oh, this is that fucker. Yeah, don't fall down now. Take 2, motherfucker. Take 2. I'm an asshole. I swear to God I am. Can I refill my armor? There we go. Rocket punch! Oh fuck. Alright, come on. Oh, oh, is he trying to get me to ride his pineapple? Okay. I should actually go back and play 2018 Doom. Or 2016 Doom. Whatever the fuck the Doom it is. I actually haven't and I still haven't played it. Like I need to. Gibbs! I'm being a little motherfucking kid. I'm being a little kid right now. Oh god, this takes me back to my childhood. Double barrel. Double fisted.
Ayo.
Yo, what's up? What's up?
You are coming in really loud. I'm gonna just have to turn that down. There we go. That's better.
If it isn't the prodigal motherfucking Dio.
I'm here to lick ass and slide into those sewers.
Take first names, huh?
First names, last names, I don't remember them. What game you playing over here now, huh?
Motherfucking Doom.
Doom. Huh?
No. I'm sorry. Quake.
Quake? Oh.
Yes. The fucking original Quake that they re-released for PlayStation 5.
Wow.
I know, right?
I've been out here on these streets, changing shit up. So, got a new job. It's less painful. Getting paid the same, so that's alright. And then, less stressed out.
Yeah, I wish I could say the same.
But unfortunately, no, I can't. It's because of my work schedule, I can't catch the streams anymore. At least not Monday through Friday. Because they come when I'm at work.
That's fine, dude. That's fine. I think my biggest problem is, like... Okay, so... a motherfucker really, 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 really needs to get to 1,000 subscribers. Like, really needs to go to 1,000 subscribers. Because I feel like I'm putting a lot of work in that some motherfuckers just. Quad damage! Holy shit, quad damage! I'm sorry. I forgot how fucking fun this game is.
I took quad damage yesterday while I was doing them squats. Oh yeah. Oh shit, it's Saturday?
Yeah, it's Saturday, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm only gonna be in here for a bit then. But yeah. Plus, what have you been up to in the fucking past few weeks?
Dude, like, popping off the YouTube channel, dropping a lot of videos and shit. Like, you know, trying to make this motherfucking goal of becoming a motherfucking YouTuber full-time fucking reality. However fucking unlikely that shit is. Rob my fucking pineapple, you bitch. I'm sorry. My fault. I'm getting too much excited. Alright. So, yeah. Yeah. Putting out videos, making right-wingers mad at me.
As one does.
Making some left-wingers people who claim to be left-wingers mad at me because, you know, they're still reactionary.
That's how it be sometimes.
I don't get that shit.
It's difficult to fucking... it's difficult to fucking process for me because I just don't... I don't understand I don't understand what frame of mind you have to be in for a lot of that shit.
You have to be that you believe that you motherfucking are right about everything. So, you know who Xander Hall is, right?
Yeah, he's one of the left streamers. It's like my age.
Yeah. You know somebody made a hit piece out for him? Because, get this, he put his drug-addicted girlfriend out who allegedly was stealing from him. He put her out, and because he put her out, he was just the same as a cop. Because reasons.
So this person that made this quote-unquote hit piece, do they have brain damage?
Oh no, they're friends with like Bad Bunny and Sophie from Mars.
I don't know who either of those people are, but
in other words, woke skulls.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, see, when I think person is stealing from me, so I kick them out of my house, I think, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh no! But you should have been understanding because drug problems are problems, and you don't like. Yeah, like
and part of the thing with drug problems and any kind of addiction is that being in a situation where you can, in one way or another, have either motivation and excuse to, or something that triggers you to go into your addiction. You need to be removed from that situation. So if you're in a situation where you can easily steal from somebody to get drugs, staying there in that situation is not going to help you get off those drugs.
No, but you should have understanding. I'm sorry. At fucking 7 years old, I had a fucking drug addicted brother who stole from me. I want him to get help, but you ain't gonna live in my motherfucking house.
You have an older brother?
I have 2 older brothers.
Huh.
They were my father's children. I have an older sister as well.
Huh. And now I know.
But I think a lot of these motherfuckers, and I'm sorry to say this, a lot of these motherfuckers haven't lived life. Like, I get it, you know, but this motherfucker tried to equate that to capitalism. That the fact that he kicked out somebody who literally was stealing from him was, you're just capitalism. And the fact that she was a traditional woman that stayed at home while her boyfriend, who was a streamer, made all the money, that's patriarchy because reasons, and she should have had some sort of like.
It's completely not understanding any of the point of like of any of that ideology, because the whole idea is that you have the choice to do as you please, and you should not be forced to conform to that idea. But if it's something that you yourself want, independent of any outward force, then you should also have the right to be the fucking housewife if that's what you want.
No, it gets worse than that because when my partner was like, he literally said it. My partner was told. I was told my partner was cheating on me, and I gave them opportunity after opportunity. It's like, dude,
That's a mistake.
you're just somebody who,
You're a sucker. That's what you are.
yeah.
Like if someone cheats on you once, I mean, I wouldn't put up with it. That'd be it for me. But I can understand giving them one chance, one. But multiple chances? Are you stupid?
Apparently he is, because the fucked up part about it is, like, and you know, they shit gets like, people look at they shit and then leave comments, and it's the whole, you're just being mean to me. You're sitting in your audience to harass me. Like, no, that's not what people are doing. Dumb fuck. You're wrong. And then, of course, he threw in the debate bro thing. Oh, so you one of those type of fuckers. And it's just like, it's horrible that people on the left have a perception of, you're not on the left if you're being mean. And it's just like, wait, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this shit works. Being nice is not a prerequisite for being on the left. It's just not being a dick, but sometimes you have to be a dick to people.
I don't tolerate shit like that. When I find myself in an unfortunate position where I run into people who have stupid takes that clearly don't understand any of the rhetoric that they're talking about, and they're supposed to be on my side of the political spectrum, I'm just like, can you do me a favor and go away and die? Thank you.
You know, the thing is, I'm about to actually start up a hornet's nest, right? Because you know I have a video that I have on my list. I don't know if you can see my playlist, but where it's just like, and I actually argued with somebody in my like offline life about this. Why aren't more black people socialists? And for as much as I respect them, T1J made a fucking video talking about this. Well, we don't trust socialists because they try to do race blind shit. Oh shit, fuck. And it's like, a lot of black people don't want to, they want a better social contract. But they don't want to get rid of the fucked up system. They just want to be on top of it. Oh, I got a super nail gun. I'm sorry. But yeah, no, they don't want to get rid of the social structure. They want the shit to be better for them, and it's just like, you can't do that, dog. You can't just say, oh, I just want it better only because me, and I don't think people realize that shit.
The way I see it, it's important that things help a large amount of people.
Yeah.
Not just the goofy meatbag that is me.
It's,
maybe I'm just a fool, but I just think multiple meatbags being helped is better than just one.
it takes me back to a scene, and this is gonna sound really fucking out of the wall. It takes me back to a scene where, you ever heard of the show called Charmed with like Alyssa Milano in it?
Think so? Maybe.
This is like maybe like 15 years ago. There was a scene where like the guy she was seeing and trying to marry was becoming the source of all evil. And the fucked up part about it is, the source was taking over him, and one of the source's minions who wants him to return. Oh yeah, we're gonna kill this witch because she's limiting the power of the source coming back. And after the source found out, like who, because he was getting the powers. Found out who was doing it. He was like, "You fucking idiot! We need his love for this chick. It's not blocking the source's return to power. It's helping the source's return to power." And I think what a lot of these people, especially on the left, forget that if you alienate fucking straight men, white men, or any combination of the two from your movement, they will go to the Jordan Petersons. They will go to the fucking Andrew Tates. You don't want to fucking alienate them and say they're the enemy because, oh, they're the enemy because they are, you know, they are the group. They look like the group who picked on me. No, you want to say, okay, you know what? You know that, you know, the patriarchy hurts men by motherfucking making you want to act like a specific way.
It kind of feels like, it seems to me like like if you had kids with abusive parents, and the one kid that gets their ass beat worse blames the other kid because they didn't get it as bad.
Exactly.
Instead of blaming the parents who are beating their asses in the first place.
Exactly. And that's the problem. Because what happens is they just, oh well, you just don't understand. And then, like, what happens is, in a lot of that time, a lot of that fucking with that whole that whole conversation, what a lot of these motherfuckers don't realize is, when you say because you are part of a group that don't get hurt as much, they look and say, shit, I'm still poor. I still have a lot of shit that's affected me.
Another issue I have with that kind of rhetoric is the reality that the issue is they look at it as though it's in it's this position where it's like the white people, like the bourgeois position, who are like, haha, we are above you, suck our cocks. Meanwhile, it's more like you have the rich fucks on top who go, yes, look at all these fucking pores, give me more money. And then the pores who are white get their asses beat and get fucked over, but because the poor black people get their asses beat just a little bit harder, then they go, wait a minute, forget the fact that everyone here is having a bad time. Let's complain about the fact that you are not being brown makes this worse. Like, that's not the problem here. That is another issue within the larger problem that we should just eliminate in its entirety. The fact that that those of us who are seen as fucking second class, as fucking dog shit that isn't worth anything because we don't have money, we're treated like shit. And it gets increasingly irritating with like silver spoon type black people who don't understand these nuances, going, ah yes, I'm brown, this other person whose family is just as wealthy as mine is not brown, therefore they are privileged and I am not because I am brown. It's like, no, sit your bitch ass down and actually understand this shit. You are privileged as well. You're fucking rich.
Hey,
fuck out of here.
You know what? This is why I stopped listening to Jay-Z music, because this fucker literally believes the hype this shit. Not only did he, like, you know, try to start a crypto school for the Mossy projects, this motherfucker says when you call a black person a capitalist, that's like being that's a racist term.
What?
Yes, you didn't hear that shit? Jay-Z leaked audio. He says when you call a black person a capitalist, that's like a new word for racist for black people. Yes.
So even though it's used to refer to people who take advantage of the capitalist system to make capital, it's just racist when you use it against black people, huh?
Yes.
See, this is why I mentioned how fucking black people with money will just fucking use this language and not understand the nuances of this conversation. It's like the whole idea, first of all, the white privilege is another example of just some of the most fucking disgustingly awful fucking marketing of an idea I've ever seen. Because it makes it sound like just based on that framing, it sounds like white people have this distinct advantage, but in reality, it's the other way around, where the brown skin gives you a disadvantage because of the way you are viewed by society.
It's the not that you don't go through shit. It's the you don't get the plus one. You get you don't. Oh, excuse me. So it's like you don't have like negative like economic growth. You have negative economic growth on like 5. So it's -5, but you don't get the additional of negative economic growth and anti-charisma.
You're brown.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's like that's like that. It's an issue with a lot of shit where it's just labeled. It's almost like this. Like if it's almost like someone just writing a fucking story where someone is just against themselves and is just fucking purposefully giving the most ridiculously awful names for things that are as easily manipulated to sounding like something stupid as possible.
I'll tell you this. Going to that video that I just talked about. So Xander Hall has actually said that most of the woke skulls on Twitter are very they act like that because they're abuse victims and they're looking to abuse other people. And do you know this piece of shit motherfucker literally said, "Oh, what are you saying that the only reason people are LGBTQ is because they've been abused?" Like, no.
Literally illustrating his point right there.
I was like, no, you don't. You dumb fuck. It's like the way G-Man equates criticism of him as criticisms against all Christians. They do that shit. And oh my god, they are just as much locals as G-Man. Fuck.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Them saying that that abusive behavior that you conduct comes from you being abused, therefore somehow magically means something about the LGBT when referring to a specific subset of Twitter users based on behavior, not based on immutable characteristics. Because that's not a thing that manipulative people do. And manipulation is definitely not a form of abuse, completely painting his own narrative for him. But whatever.
No, I got one better for you. When, it's just like, and I've had to joke with my daughters, like, yeah, a lot of these people that be on Twitter and shit like that, they act like fucking theater kids. And
What's the difference?
Cause she's a theater kid. She's like, nah, don't lump them in with me. Do not lump them in with me, because what a lot of these motherfuckers are, they have been bullied and picked on, and they found them a space where they can feel like, oh, nobody can bully and pick on me here, and I just want to pick. It's okay. And I fucking hate that I have to do the self-referential. Remember I did that video on the pickup artist. They did an interview with Channel 5, and
that was a while ago.
Yeah, and they literally ran into some real motherfucking chads and dudes that get women. And you realize they was just doing the same fucking thing. One just had natural charisma, the others didn't. But if they can get and do the same goddamn thing, a lot of these nice guys will be those pieces of shit that they talk about.
I don't know. I don't know what the. My bad. Just go ahead. I'm just.
No, for real. Think about it. How many of these nice guys they just want Chad because they see this, they like him because of his jawline. If they were in the same visual position, they feel they will do the same goddamn shit.
Like, all I'm saying is, being good looking definitely helps. But you need. you need charisma, a personality. You and that individual need to actually have any kind of chemistry and connect on some level, with whether physical, sexual, or both.
Dude, like, man,
Did I say physical or sexual?
yeah,
I
those
meant
are
to,
two
I meant
things.
to,
Those are two different things.
I meant to say emotional or sexual, but
Still two different things. Have you been keeping up with the She-Hulk discussion?
I've been avoiding anything about She-Hulk because I'm not watching it until the whole show comes out. So no spoilers, please.
Mild spoiler. Mild spoiler. There was a scene where She-Hulk had a prominent star on there.
Oh yeah. Oh, no, that's our no. It's because Instagram has to shitpost about everything. I got hit with seeing parts of that scene in memes multiple times. So I already know about the twerking thing.
My question is this: like, why would they think that? Like, there are people who think that Stan Lee will be upset with She-Hulk twerking. Like, really, really?
Did they forget that Stan Lee was a horny fuck?
He made Stripperella.
Did they forget that Stan Lee was a horny fuck?
Stan Lee, like, oh no, the whole thing about She-Hulk is a feminist and she is woke. I'm like, have you read the original She-Hulk comics? Like,
First of all, woke doesn't mean anything. That's just a fucking fact. It's literally just a label for anything that hurts a conservative's feelings. So I don't give shit if something's labeled woke. And beyond that, She-Hulk's just she's a fucking it's a character that's as far as I know, because I haven't read any She-Hulk comics, is a superhero lawyer. Two, was breaking the fourth wall has been breaking the fourth wall for a while. And I know she makes references to fucking suspicions about sexism, but I mean,
literally,
whatever.
literally, you're just like, she would do the Deadpool thing before Deadpool would, and it's just like,
I mean, to be fair, Spider-Man was doing it before either of them.
well, not breaking the fourth wall, not implicitly breaking the fourth wall, but yeah, I know what you mean. But I don't know what these people expected. They said it was going to be Ally McBeal with superheroes. Do they not know what Ally McBeal is? Like, their god RDJ like was on Ally McBeal. If they think that he's, so great to watch all his shows, you would have watched the show that he really kind of like, well, had the down part of his career but started to come back up. Or is that just me?
I'm just over here like I knew like the bare minimum about She-Hulk, and all I knew like all I know, like I still haven't seen the show. So it's like really for me, what I want, I don't want any fight scenes at all. I just want to see her be a lawyer and shit.
Oh,
That's
no,
what I want to see.
they're complaining about, oh, this lawyer stuff doesn't seem cool. Like, wait, what? You're really saying that?
Like honestly, I just want to see her be a lawyer, kind of be a shit lord. And I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure she's supposed to be like charismatic, and like isn't part of her identity that like the way she perceives herself is that she feels more confident and powerful as a person when she is She-Hulk,
Yeah.
and that's why she chooses to be in that form all the time.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the fucked up part about it is, they was like, how was She-Hulk dating
Also,
a guy?
I have beef with those VFX artists because the show show is out.
No, stop,
No, and still, for some reason, she has short hair when she's in her normal form, but she got long hair as She-Hulk. Explain this to me.
Wait. First of all, they actually address, like, how does your hair get longer in, like, they actually make the joke about it. But you come to find out that Marvel VFX VFX artists got the shit at the last minute.
Of course they did.
And to put it mildly, they weren't unionized. And yeah, they kind of like was given the shit in the stick. So for the time that they had it, I will not give them shit about it.
It hurts me deeply because I already had the same complaint about the fucking 2008 Hulk and how Edward Norton had short hair, but the Hulk had a whole Beatles haircut going on. It made no sense. Explain me how this worked, fucking Universal. Explain it. Make it make sense.
Because comics.
In the comics, they literally made it, especially early on, where man could have long hair, but the Hulk's big ass head would stretch the skin over, and he would just have a clump of hair on top of his head, and he'd look goofy.
Okay, so I also want to say this too. Just going back to the discussion about a lot of the shit that's going on. Did you see the saying about like all the guys are talking about why is she acting like women are targeted by men and they.
Unfortunately, I've seen that clip too, and I'm really like, to me, the way it seems like it's supposed to be her being kind of just being a dick to her cousin while proving his point, because they said something like you need to control your anger more, and then while she was, getting upset and ranting, she's like just being an asshole while also describing how she struggles in life.
Oh, so you didn't see the full clip? Okay.
I just know it's like you need to control your anger more. She talks about all the struggle she goes with, and then ends it off with, "And I'm better at controlling my anger than you," which is the part where she's being an asshole. Everything before that is just whatever. But that's the part where it's like this is showing that she has growth that she needs as a character, because this is her cousin who I would assume. But as far as I know, those two characters are pretty close, at least in the comics. So she would know his trauma. And know that that's not a very good thing to say to your traumatized cousin.
Okay, so I'll say it like this. I'll put it better like this. What happens is in that scene, do they show her turning into She-Hulk and then turn it back and says, "No, I'm doing this on purpose," like trolling him?
I know people have said. I've heard people describe that part, but I haven't seen that part.
Yeah, like no, she actually comes back and says, "No, I'm actually doing it on my own." As I'm telling you, like, and the fucked up part about it is people specifically cut that part. What I don't get is why they don't mention that the reason why Bruce has so many issues
is because he has DID.
He has DID.
That's one. But I think it was clips. I think it was a clip from the trailer, one of the trailers maybe, where he goes, "Wait a minute, you don't know? There's no other guy. There's no. It's just you." And I'm just like, and I'm sort of like, so have people not realize that She-Hulk is just like the only reason the Hulk is like this angry rage beast is because Mans is mentally ill. Every other Hulk character stays the same person when they transform. It's just him. He's the only one who's like that. But apparently people don't. I guess people don't know that.
Oh no, because reasons, and it's like they nerfed the Hulk. They made him weak. Professor Hulk is weak. I was like,
that's something that always annoys me every time I see it. I'm like, bro, you do realize the Hulk is still there, right? DID doesn't just go away. It's just he's learned to cope with it and use his powers without having to relinquish his body to his fucking altar. That's it.
Wait. Let me ask you this: from the comics, or even from like the TV shows, like the actual like cartoon TV shows, who haven't they nerfed? I'm serious. Like, who haven't they nerfed?
I think they kind of buffed Captain America, didn't they?
I mean, like, guy with shield. Like, not really. Like, because I can say that they probably...
I know Captain Marvel definitely got buffed. She is not that strong in the comics.
As just Carol. Good. Let her become Pulsar.
But that's not what we have in the
I know.
Just her.
They try to give her...
Every Marvel character has their ultimate god form where they can just destroy the universe. But I'm talking about basic them. She's not that strong. in the comics. Her as just normal Captain Marvel.
But you actually said the next point. They nerfed Iron Man.
True.
His intelligence and the suits.
Although I feel like they were starting to get to the comic level of intelligence, and then they're like, oh nope, dead. Pull him out.
They nerfed Thor.
100%, yeah.
Like, and this is before the whole, no, it is no reason why Malekith in Thor: The Dark World should have anywhere near stood toe to toe.
They also nerfed Nick Fury.
Yeah. Like, but these are the people that want realism in their comics.
But here's they've I don't like really the only characters that weren't nerfed that I can think of. I think Vision. I think Vision's about the same. Scarlet Witch, they're clearly showing she's just as strong, has multiversal level power.
No, they still nerfed the fuck out of her. They nerfed her. Think about it. When would she ever need a book to travel to her other selves?
I don't fucking know. I'm not a comic book nerd like you.
Yeah, they nerfed Doctor Strange. Mostly,
1,000,000% they nerfed him.
Now, would he have done that same trick in the first Doctor Strange movie? Yes, he would have done that same trick because you're not fucking with Dormammu in a dark dimension. But they nerfed the hell out of him. I mean, like for a time, he was like the most powerful being there was because he was inhabited by 3 magical gods. So like, they nerfed the shit out of him.
I'm also gonna say that I find it kind of funny that like there's the whining, which is like, oh, strong women in the movies away, but it's like even a character as simple as Black Widow got nerfed. And she's in the comics, she's supposed to be way stronger and smarter, and even stealthier than the fucking movie counterpart.
Oh no, she's actually had some enhancements. It's not in the same super soldier formula, but she has had a version of the super soldier formula. The only time she's been that weak is when she was first introduced. God,
but the MCU version was just a normal human the whole time.
God, how do you nerf Hawkeye? They made him cool for like 5 minutes, but
yeah, I find it kind of hilarious that Hawkeye is just blatantly has superpowers. Like you can't deny it in the comics. He's not a normal human at all. There is no human alive who's gonna be pulling a 500-pound bow like it ain't shit. The fuck out of here.
And they've said that he's not an enhanced human, but like he's like in the comics he's mostly deaf. But he still ninjas around shit. Like, wait, what?
Oh shit! What you just said makes me think that maybe have you seen the Hawkeye show or no?
No.
Well, it's not really much of a spoiler, but it's just in that show. One of the things is that that all the fucking being out in the field and being around a bunch of loud noises and explosions has made him go partially deaf or mostly deaf. And I thought maybe that was going to be their excuse to retire the character, but. If that's something from the comics, maybe they'll just keep him around then. At least for a while.
Let's be honest, Jeremy Renner does not have any other possibilities out there. I'm being an asshole. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jeremy Renner fans. He was okay in the Bourne Legacy. Okay. But what else has he been in that's been good? Hansel and Gretel was not good. What else has he been in?
I don't know. I didn't even know he was in that movie.
Oh God,
But my point is just like they whine about the women when they're strong in these movies and in these shows, and it's like they're weaker than they are in the comics.
Wait,
like in the comics, even though She-Hulk isn't necessarily as strong as the Hulk, she's fucking beastly in the comics. She's still a Hulk.
Wait, I got one better for you. So here, this is the fucked up part about it. You know that scene in Endgame where they had all the women standing together? It's like,
Yeah,
why
that
do they
scene,
need that? I was like,
that scene that I still think could have been way better. If it was like, I just think it would have been better if it was like they had a similar scene in Infinity War, and it was cool because it didn't stop. It didn't have a moment to stop mid action. They were kicking ass as a team. As a team of I guess only one of them was a superhero, but a team of women that were beating ass. And that's, for me, that scene was just like they all just kind of stood there and like, it'd be way cooler if they were all fighting together and
wait,
just in this moment.
I give you that. And the fucked up part
That's
about
my
it
only
is,
disagreement. That's
well,
my only disagreement. I have no problem with them having a girl power moment. I just think they could have done it in a way that was more interesting.
what do you think these comic book fucking idiots would actually do when they find out there was a team of just super powerful women that was led by Sue Richards?
I don't know. Because like, for me, I'm just like, I don't. Why do you care so much that some of the superheroes be women? I would like personally, like I would cringe just as much if there was a scene where where like all the male superheroes, or even if it was just superheroes in general, just like I get it. You're gonna have the scene before the fight, whatever. That's fine. That's they're all sizing the enemy up, whatever. But if the fight was already going and just like a group of superheroes that either was just the superheroes in general, or just a group of men just standing there posing in the middle of the fight. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Why aren't you fighting? This is a
Okay,
war zone. What the fuck are you standing there for, jackass? Get the beaten ass. Also, why is Mantis here? Without a gun. I still don't understand why she was just in the middle of the battlefield. Like, all these other women had swords, guns, superpowers, and she's just like, what are you doing there? Why are you even here? You don't fight. Why are you here?
I mean, like, it'd be, and the fucked up part about it is Mantis is actually a fucking threat in the comics because she's
Mantis
fucking
also is a different
psychic.
character in the comics completely, though.
Yeah, she's not passive as she is. She's psychic. She's not. No, in the comics she's
Not a
passive, but she's
in the comics, she's a human, isn't she?
no, she's an alien. But she was fucking with Norrin Red. But if you don't have the Silver Surfer, you can't have the storyline of her being a fucking, I wouldn't say Omega level telepath, but she is a strong telepath.
To be fair, they are. I mean, we already know Galactus is coming at some point, so they can introduce it. They can find some way to get that in there if they wanted to.
Also, dude, when they realize how, like, some of these motherfuckers won't, like, imagine if they had Jean Grey.
Wait, hold on 1 second. Have you seen Thor: Love and Thunder?
Yeah, I have.
I have a similar thing, like I said about Mantis being there. Just the one at the beginning of the movie with the Guardians of the Galaxy, where they're just in the middle of the battlefield. It's like, why is Mantis here? What does she add to this situation? Everyone else on the team can fight, and she's just kind of a dumbass. Like, Drax is a dumbass too, but he's a dumbass who at least will like stab somebody or shoot him. She's just there.
I hate the way they do Drax in the show. I hate that. I fucking hate that. Because Drax is just better. Yes, Drax is fucking better than that. I mean, like, for all intents and purposes, Drax is an enhanced human. But Drax is like,
I thought he was a human brain in an alien body.
Yeah, he was reborn as a Thanos killing machine. Like, if they would have, oh my god, if they would have kept that storyline of him from, because they actually said it in Guardians 1 that he was like hunting Thanos, but like.
And then once he got Thanos goes in front of him, he's like, Thanos! Oh.
Oh, God. Gamora would be so much more interesting. Now, they made her interesting in the comics, but, like, imagine if they would have introduced Adam Warlock by now. Oh, my God.
Yeah, there was no way that could have happened in a timely fashion. Pretty much the same. If they would have had Adam Warlock show up, he would have gotten similar treatment to what happened to Captain Marvel, where they just kind of showed up as like, and then they weren't well developed enough to even really use that much. And it would have been the same thing with him, because he would have just kind of been like, "There he is. Who the fuck is that? All right, time to fight Thanos, huh?"
Dude, but that scene where he picks up the gloves is like, this ends now. Oh, fuck.
Is it?
But then again, they hadn't introduced any motherfucking universal concepts.
Also, I think there's a statement that I heard recently about the MCU that I think I agree with 100%, which I know the first half you'll agree with. The Eternals should have been a show,
Yes.
and Moon Knight should have been a movie.
Yes. But no. I wouldn't give Moon Knight a movie. I would let it be a show. But I would have actually kept the writing tighter. The reason being because it was actually a great show, but I would have kept the writing a lot tighter than what it was.
I think just given the story they were telling, I think honestly it would have done better with less time. Remove some dead air, and just have the main points throughout the most important episodes carry a plot.
I don't know if they just ran out of time for it, but I would have loved to see more of Jake. I would have loved to see more of Jake.
I think that's literally what happened. I think they just didn't have the time to do more. I think they had more ideas in general with the show, but they just didn't have the time.
Because, I would have loved more with Jake because.
I also want to mention that, it's a constant issue with the MCU just introducing and murdering villains in the same movie. And with Kang being the villain in fucking Ant-Man Quantumania, and knowing that Kang is going to be like the big bad of the series, that makes me go, wait a minute, does that mean he's not going to be brutally murdered at the end of that movie?
Oh God! Well, they didn't brutally murder Loki. Okay, they did multiple times, but because magic, Loki came back.
But he was, in the first two phases, he was the exception. It became more common to let villains live like phase 3 and 4, but phase 1 and 2, they were just like, oh, you're a villain, time to die, it's the end of the movie, goodbye.
But you gotta understand one thing, because of that fucking movie code shit, people think that, oh, the villain has to lose in the end. Like, think about that. Think about how that shit happens.
Cringe, that is?
Yeah. And, I'm kind of glad they didn't have access to Doctor Doom, because if they would have did Doom dirty, I would have been, oh, God, I would have been, you'd have seen me have an issue with motherfucking Marvel, boy.
I'm just saying, come on, Multiverse of Madness happened, we know Doctor Doom is coming.
Oh, God, yes.
They already referenced him in Moon Knight, we know he's coming. And I'm ready for it, because it's about time Doctor Doom gets a fucking iteration on the big screen that isn't absolute dog shit. Because, bro, I've even seen, there's this one, really stupid Spider-Man cartoon that I watched a little bit of on Disney Plus because I was curious about it. And that show is fucking stupid, but even there, that dipshit Spider-Man and his team of morons were like, mate, we'll get respect from S.H.I.E.L.D. if we kidnap Dr. Doom. They then go to fight Dr. Doom. They quote-unquote beat him and kidnapped him. But no, plot twist, it was actually a Doom bot that he planned on them taking so it could fucking blow up the helicarrier and kill everyone. So even this dumbass cartoon understands that Dr. Doom is a fucking mastermind who's always several steps ahead. But then in the fucking Fantastic Four movies, he's just some asshole who gets his ass beat in the middle of Times Square, and then turned to a statue.
But at least they give him in the Fox's Fantastic Four, the one that was in the early '90s or 2000s, whatever the fuck. They gave him charisma. He did have charisma.
Are we talking about the one where where Chris Evans was Human Torch?
Yes.
That would have been I think that was 2005, 2006.
Yeah. He did have charisma. That's the one thing that he did have.
I don't know. I even as a child, I knew that movie was dog shit, so I only watched it so many times.
He did have charisma. He did have charisma. And that's the only thing that sold that movie. That's the only thing that sold that fucking movie.
The one thing about the Fantastic Four movie that I do find hilarious, and I think that more movies should do, is the fact that these people can just get superpowers and do absolutely nothing until Doctor Doom decides to fuck around, and then they do something. But before that, they're just kind of assholes who don't do much, and I like that.
I mean, like,
Does it match the Fantastic Four necessarily? I don't know, but is it hilarious? Yes.
I mean, like, yeah, it kind of does, because you got to think about it. Most of the time, the reason why they get into shit is because they out exploring the fucking universe. Like, oh yeah, hey,
That's the thing. They're not even exploring the universe. They're just like sitting in their fucking stupid ass apartment, just like, yeah, we got superpowers. Let's find out what kind of shit we can get up to in this apartment.
no, I'll say it like this. I'll say it like this. Do you know why Annihilus is a thing in the Marvel universe?
The name is familiar, but I can't put a face to the name, so I'm going to say no for the time being.
He's a big bug man that lives in the antimatter universe. He has the cosmic control rod and shit like that.
Uh-huh.
So the reason why he's a thing, because Sue was pregnant with, Franklin. And she was having birth complications because Franklin was basically killing her. And Reed had this wonderful idea. It's like, hey, let's go get the cosmic control rod from Annihilus. Oh, no, he didn't even know it was Annihilus. He's like, so get this cosmic control rod. And he fucking he basically brought Annihilus into the Marvel Universe because he miscalculated.
So pretty much the same thing Reed Richards is always written to do.
Yeah.
Hey, I could do that. That'll be easy. Oh no, I fucked up.
Can we say the motherfucking Illuminati? Can we?
I love that. That's just the entire concept. It's literally just the Dunning-Kruger effect, but he's actually intelligent, just not as intelligent as he thinks he is.
Hey, IQ does not equal emotional intelligence. I mean, like, I kind of give Sue a pass for fucking Namor. Kind of. I can understand why she did it. I mean, like, it was still kind of wrong, but at least she didn't lie to him about the shit. And this is coming from somebody who has had infidelity happen to him in the past. It's like, yeah, nah, dude, if you that motherfucking out of touch with your spouse, I can't be mad at her for, like, dude, like, I need you to pay attention to me. Plus, he hit her a couple of times? Nah, fuck that. Like,
oh, look. All I'm saying is Ben Grimm.
oh,
Ben Grimm exists. That's all. That is all.
wait.
Also,
Wait. I'm gonna say this. How many of these fucking chuds would lose their fucking mind if something happens to Ben Grimm and the She-Hulk has to take his place on the Fantastic Four?
well, I mean, I doubt that's going to happen anytime soon.
I understand that.
But I mean, they probably whine about it, even though like all these things they complain about are things that have been in storylines like decades past. Like people complain about Kamala Khan existing, and I'm sure you're like, Kamala Khan's been around for what, like 10 years now, something like that. She's been around for a while. She's nothing new. Fucking America Chavez, she's been around for at least I think around a decade. She's
actually an adult now in the comics.
I know that, but I'm just saying, as far as in the real world, she's been around for 10 years. This isn't some new character that the MCU created for diversity. This character exists already. Miles Morales has existed for a long time.
Yeah.
All these characters, all these characters people bitch about, like, oh, they're just replacing all the superheroes with women. It's like these are well established characters in the comics. They're just putting them on the big screen now.
What's up, Mr. Frost?
I still remember seeing one comment on a fucking, I don't remember if it was a video about She-Hulk or an Instagram post, but they're just like, who asked for this? And I'm like, bro, She-Hulk has existed since like the 60s. What are you complaining about? Well, not the 60s, the 80s. Like, what are you complaining about, dude? Like, it doesn't, like, also, like, what do you mean, who asked for this? Nobody asked for the Hulk to be created either. But then when the Hulk was created, people were like, damn, this character's cool. Nobody has to ask for shit. Fuck off.
Wait. You know why She-Hulk was created, right?
Yeah, because they were like, we need more characters. She-Hulk.
Wait. It's even better than that. Well, we want to make sure that nobody else creates the She-Hulk for a cash grab. So let me create the She-Hulk for a cash grab. They literally did it for a cash grab.
Well, to be fair, they like I'm happy that She-Hulk as a character is not just I am exactly the same thing but woman. It's I have similar powers, but I'm a completely different character concept, and I'm like that's pretty based. Kind of like how Batwoman and Batgirl are completely like they have the Bat thing, but they're different characters, different personalities, different backstories.
I still like Barbara better as Oracle.
I also find it really, it's confusing for me anytime that there's a storyline where Barbara Gordon stays Batgirl as an adult, because my brain's like, ah yes, Batwoman, and then I go, oh no, wait, no, Batwoman's a different person. Which confuses the fuck out of me, because I'm like, wait, but you're an adult. And it makes it more confusing that both Batwoman and Batgirl have red hair. Oh, why you gotta do that to me, bro? You couldn't have their different colored hair?
Oh yeah. I never understood the hatred for Batwoman on the CW, besides it being like the CW.
Like honestly, I feel like most of the there's definitely people like, they're replacing Batman. Like those shit lores always exist, but I feel like most of it's like, why is this CW show a CW show? Why does it exist? It's awful.
Do they play into the fact that she's literally Bruce's cousin, and they try to play like being in the family means that you are literally just like fucking want to go beat up people in costumes?
Well, I didn't know she was his cousin, but what I do know is that in like the news, whatever the most recent season, or one of the seasons, they just violently kill Batwoman in a fucking bat plane crash, and then just some random lady becomes Batwoman. I'm just like, what? Who wrote this?
Oh no! And I'm surprised that they. Okay, so Katie Kane is Bruce's cousin by his mother's side, and her father was ex-military, and that's why she's not exactly straight.
Yeah, I already know that. But she gay as hell.
But the fact is, the fact that a lot of these guys had an issue with it when she literally has been around the story like that forever. It's like, look, are you a real comic book person, or are you just like comic book movies?
For me, I'm not gonna. I know the CW serial, but every time I see a new CW fucking DC show come out, I'm like, why? Why do you keep letting them tarnish your characters like this?
Yeah,
what is wrong with you,
dude? Like, why? Why does a show like Constantine gets canceled, but they let all this shit on the CW go? Like, that was a good show, and he acted like Constantine.
Bro, so I will say this about John Constantine. I haven't seen the CW show but it brings to mind the
it was on NBC.
Oh, my mistake. Let me correct myself then. But so it's on NBC. But I know that actor was brought back to play John Constantine for that 19 film run of fucking DC animated films that was mostly Batman and like 2 Superman movies and 1 Wonder Woman, but most of it was Batman, and John Constantine got like 2 movies where he was the main character.
Yeah.
Honestly, out of all those characters, John Constantine was the most interesting one as a main character, even though the second Justice League Dark movie was just mid as fuck.
Well,
have you seen all of those?
I haven't seen the second one. I only knew it was one.
So the second Justice League Dark was the last one in the series where they ended everything.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. The one where they like basically collapse the multiverse and Flashpoint happens again.
Yeah, and I just remember because I was like, they had some, for the most part they were decent. There was a couple stinkers, like the Wonder Woman one. I couldn't even finish it because it was just so unbelievably fucking boring. Wonder Woman had barely any characterization. I wasn't interested in the villain. The pacing was weird. The animation was kind of fucking. The designs were weird. I was not enjoying anything about it.
Okay, so I will say this: the Judas Contract Teen Titans was just trash. But
the pacing in that was so weird.
however, the Teen Titans versus the Justice League was actually pretty good.
That I enjoyed, but the Judas Contract was because it just kind of felt like it was jumping around. Two, it was juggling too many plot points. It wasn't juggling them well, and like in three, the characters aren't getting enough development. They couldn't make up their mind on whether the point is to see Damian learn to work with the team, or if the point was to see the Terra storyline, which barely got the attention it deserved, or if the point was to see Beast Boy learn that he can't be so trusting of people. They couldn't make up their mind what the main focus was, and instead they all ended up underdeveloped.
Is it bad to say that the original Teen Titans handled the Judas Contract better than the movie did?
Is it fair to say so? I think so, yeah. Even, like, I do enjoy the fact that my brain is just programmed that anytime I hear the name Terra in a DC property, like, oh, and here comes her betraying the team in a few episodes or in a few minutes.
But it was kind of creepy that she was like 14 and Slade was fucking her. I mean, like, I know Slade did some foul shit, like fucked his son fiance, but like, that was kind of creepy.
Look, I just know that the Judas I think part of the issue with those films is that they were limited in time, and there was nothing that was really two parts. The only thing that was kind of two parts was like the death of Superman into Reign of Superman, which honestly, for me as someone who fucking thinks Superman is one of the most boring characters to ever exist, those were some of the best ones. But even then, I was like, his death really holds no weight because they didn't even wait like 2 movies for him to come back. Next movie, he's dead. Next movie, he's alive. It's like he couldn't be dead for 2 movies at least. You couldn't let us stew in him being dead so that there'd at least be some consequences involved.
But here's the problem: why did the death and return of Superman actually was because they made that movie twice. The one that they just did was the second time that they made that movie. Yes, they made it like with the same animation team that was from the '90s show.
Look, here's what I'm gonna say this. I actually have a lot of things to say about that animated run. Like I think that has the peak. That is the peak example for why you should have a plan when you want to tell an overarching story. Because what you ended up with in general was just a clusterfuck of different ideas that didn't hold together and barely held by themselves. Like, explain to me why Wonder Woman didn't get a solo film until right before the end, and why it was a prequel to everything else. Explain to me why John Constantine only got one film, and then one film towards the beginning, and then ended up being like a key player at the end while getting nothing else before that. He just kind of, at the end, they're like, okay, now he's important again.
Because you can't spend too much time with Constantine because he's a dick. And if you spend too much time with him, you realize how much of a dick he really is.
That's the thing. Actually, no, I'm wrong. I think he got 3. He got 3. He got the one solo one, the one where Batman tagged along, which was the first Justice League Dark one. So there was a Constantine, there was 2 Justice League Darks. So he got his own, where he had his own adventure, then there was the Justice League Dark where Batman tagged along, and then there was the other Justice League Dark where they fucking killed everybody in the most fucking just rushed and boring way possible. It's just, alright, Brainiac's here, but this time, unlike last time where he showed up and the Justice League fucked him in the ass with a fucking 30-foot pole, this time he just decided that that the fucking, are they parademons? Is that what they're called?
Yeah, you not Brainiac. But
that fucking Doomsday, Darkseid,
Darkseid
with this not parademons, the Paradooms just show up and cook the Justice League in seconds But then you expect me to believe that fucking Harley Quinn and the Suicide Squad were able to take down a whole fuck ton of these same things that were beating the fuck out of the Justice League in seconds, but just give Harley Quinn some kryptonite bullets and they what? Get the fuck out of here! No.
Okay. You have to explain this to me. Since we're going to talk about this, you have to explain this to me. Why is it that Darkseid is more afraid of a fucking human than a god and something that is arguably somebody who's arguably a god? Darkseid is more fearful or more cautious of Batman than Wonder Woman or Superman.
Well, to be fair, Wonder Woman is not as intelligent as Batman, and two, her weaknesses are more obvious than not more obvious, but easier to obtain than Superman's. Like shooting her anywhere but those gauntlets would do some damage.
But if she take them off, she's like just as powerful as he is.
But she's not bulletproof.
Okay.
So Darkseid's got shit that's a lot stronger than bullets.
Okay.
And the reason why he fears Batman is because DC thinks it's hilarious to have this super-powered billionaire be the most terrifying thing in the universe. No. And yes, Batman had superpowers, you can't tell me otherwise. Besides
infinite money and the power of bullshit?
Well, first of all, he basically has the bag of holding. You can't tell me he doesn't. The utility belt is the same fucking bag of holding that Deadpool has.
Yes.
Prove me wrong.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Let's go.
That's number one. Number two, he simply has superpowers. So he has super strength. He has super speed, hyper endurance. Man, he is a superhero. He has superpowers. Good fuck out of here with that bullshit. He has fucking heightened intelligence. He somehow can withstand long periods of without sleep, without fucking exhaustion. Man has superpowers. He has superpowers. End of discussion. That's number one.
Wait.
Number two, money is a superpower. All right, this man has infinite money. He just fucking does the fucking left trigger, fucking L1, L2, R1, R2, left, right, up, down, fucking X cheat code to give him $1 million every time he fucking puts in that cheat code. Because this man just pulls money out of his ass for everything. He's the main contributor to the Justice League's funds. Man runs a whole fucking company, buys, fucking creates all his fucking own Wayne shit, pays people off so that they don't tell, because there's people in the company that have to know about that shit.
Embezzles shit tons of money, huh?
Yes, sir.
My question is this: why is Lex Luthor a Superman villain and not a Batman villain?
I mean, Lex Luthor does have similar superpowers to Batman. Like, for one, infinite money.
But am I wrong?
I feel like as a writer, it probably just the way I would see it is just it's very boring to have someone just fight a character that's just a mirror image in the most ways. I feel like foils should be similar more in should be similar in some kind of trait that they have that's either a weakness or a strength. But having a guy who's also a billionaire and also has a big massive fucking brain and a bunch of money, for me if I was writing, I'd be like, that's kind of lame. If I'm gonna have the billionaire villain with a big brain, I'm probably gonna make his enemy a poor dummy.
But
either poor, a dummy, or both.
I mean, like, they try to say that Superman is intelligent, but he's not.
He's not. Bro. I think something that pisses me off about Superman, personally, is how does he fight anything? And what I mean is, there's shit he fights that is incredibly fast, but while he can fly fast, he fights at like the speed of like a normal human with his fucking stupid ass haymakers he throws around and then gets cooked. Like, honestly, like, there's a reason Wonder Woman can beat his ass so easily, even though he's more durable, because she knows how to fucking fight.
So you're just telling me that he should just grab the person that he's fighting that's super powerful and just like fly it a third of the speed of light and like evaporate the rest of them?
Yes, that would be hilarious. But my point is, if man just knew how to properly throw a fucking punch, he wouldn't have the problem of getting his ass beat so often. He could still hold back, but he wouldn't be fucking throwing these stupid haymakers that let someone who's by all reason should be slower than him knock him in the head.
I'll say this: he's intellectually lazy. He's intellectually lazy. And why do it has been very scant few times where they try to make Brainiac this all-imposing threat in the comics. But every show, every TV show, every quote-unquote big video game, they try to make Brainiac as this big fucking threat. He's not. He's the equivalent of a fucking fanboy. He's a weeb, basically. He's not that big of a threat. He's a fucking computer.
Yeah, kind of like how Ultron is exactly that, but yet my boy keeps getting disrespected and not taking over the world.
And Ultron is actually a more credible threat because he's just as smart as Hank Pym. And Hank Pym, as much as they shit on him, he's intelligent. He's actually very intelligent. But like they shit on him because who is he going against? Banner, Reed,
Tony Stark,
T'Challa. So what is he like?
Doctor Strange.
No, I wouldn't say Strange is intelligent. He's resourceful, but he's not intelligent. So it's one of those people. It's like, okay, and I know you don't watch anime, but Naruto is resourceful. He's an idiot, but when it comes to battle tactics, when it comes to the tactics in the battle itself, he's able to engage in the tactics. And some of them are off the fly, some of them is based on experience. But a character like Shikamaru is a battle strategist. He doesn't just see the one battle, he sees the war. And I would say that in a lot of cases, you have some characters that are like, they have ingenuity like Strange, but intelligence, no. Because if Strange was intelligent, he wouldn't get half the shit that he gets into. And let's face it, a lot of the Marvel heroes, Strange, fucking Tony, Reed, it's hubris. Their one failing is hubris. Even Xavier, it's hubris. The one person that does
hubris and creeping on teenagers.
Yeah, of course. The one person that doesn't have hubris, that is a main hero, is Captain America. He has naivete. And that suits him because he always thinks about the good in everybody.
But that whole naivete thing is why I enjoyed his the MCU version of Civil War, his characterization of it, where it's like that naivete has brought him to this point. Where it's like, yeah, this, we're here, we're the good guys, we're fighting on the right side, everything's good, and then by the time he gets to Civil War, he's like, oh god, I was wrong, everything's bad, I really fucked this up. I fucked this up. I got everything wrong. I was lied to, and my dumbass believed everything. And now here we are. My fuck ups. Now I have to fucking turn against everything that I fucking stood for before, to hold to my own fucking fight against the people I fucking fought against before, because I have to stand by my principles. Now that I'm less naive and have a better understanding of how things actually are.
But he's done that so many times in the past. And you would think he would learn, but he's just like, no.
But that's kind of how being human works, you know.
Yeah.
You one step, you learn the lesson, and then you backtrack and have to learn it again a few times before you really get it.
It's at a point where it's just a lot of it's just like, I don't know. It's just like Marvel. That's the reason why I like Marvel characterization. Because of the shit that you see with them. Like, DC, it's just no character growth. How long is
character growth when Batman? Have you considered that he's Batman? But he's Batman. Also, he's Superman. Come on, truth, justice, and the American cock, you know? Wonder Woman characterization. We only need that sometimes. Most of the time, we'll just use her as just is Wonder Woman. She doesn't need characterization. She's a woman. Lamau.
Oh God. I uh I uh I just can't with you, man. Why do you have to say this to shit? Why do you have to say this shit to me?
Look, I'm just saying. In a lot of the fucking mainstream shit, whether it's the fucking movies with Gal Gadot, or some of the animated movies, Wonder Woman is literally just a background character who barely has a personality, even in her own shit.
Oh God. Okay. I okay, I can't think, yeah. Like even when she has a love interest, it's still like they just make it dry. I and okay, you win that one. You win that one. Oh yeah, no. As Chris says, Superman has ditched the American way. I argue that he never really had it. They just attached it to his ass.
Pretty much. I mean, Superman's because hasn't Superman has a big chunk of Superman's a lot of characterization, in a lot of media been that he is not just America's superhero; he's the world superhero. And
Yeah.
any time that America's like, "Wait a minute, but you're supposed to be this," he's like, "No, well, fuck you. You all are people. You all need help. I'm gonna help whoever needs help. Fuck off."
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And that's the thing. And that's the fucked up thing. Like, even it's like I love what they did with the Red Sun version of Superman, but
What?
you don't need him to be that way.
I also just want to mention again. I'm gonna complain. Animators, explain to me why, in Reign of Superman, when Superman returns from the dead, homie had a whole fucking long locks that had to be like 8 inches long, but had nothing but a fucking 5 o'clock shadow on his face. Explain that to me.
No,
explain that shit.
He had a mullet. He had a mullet. Say it right. He had a mullet.
No, he had a mullet in the older fucking one where he came back. I'm talking about the fucking one in the recent fucking DC fucking run of movies. And that recent one, he just had long locks and then had stubble on his face. And what made me even more mad about it was that in the second part of the fucking in the Justice League Dark where they ended everything, he had only been missing for like a few weeks and had the same and had more stubble on his face.
Wait.
And I was like, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me he's been gone for like a few weeks, maybe a month? Man has more of a beard than when he was in a fucking medically induced coma for like 6 months?
I saw this up because, like, you know how you can watch it on YouTube. Not saying that you're pirate shit, but you know how you can watch it on YouTube and they show clips. They made it seem like it was more than just a month.
Yeah, everybody got fucked in I think like a month or two. It was not that long. Like he sent the fucking Paradooms, and the same way that the Paradooms ripped through the Justice League quickly in just a matter of weeks, they ripped through all the Earth's defenders. Teen Titans got fucking slaughtered. The Titans were slaughtered. Atlantis was slaughtered. Everyone just got fucked.
As rightly they should. If he's sending a horde after the, oh my god,
Which again, I'm fine with everyone getting their asses beat, but they didn't put any effort into it. They just, like, the way that the fucking Justice League got slaughtered was they had this build up to them, going to take the fight to Brainiac. And I'm like, okay. And then the Paradooms show up and they're like, oh god, oh fuck. And then the way they show the deaths is just like still frames of them like being decimated. But it wasn't even like fully animated. They didn't even get to hear them scream or anything. It was just kind of just still frames of their corpses. And I think one of the only people you actually got to see get murdered was Nightwing, where his death was actually animated. Everybody else was like fucking Aquaman. It was just a still frame of two of the Paradooms ripping him in half.
Wait.
Starfire's corpse was just ripped in half on the ground. Wonder Woman, they showed Wonder Woman get her fucking arm ripped off, which was kind of horrific, honestly. Superman got his ass beat. Batman got his ass beat. pretty fucking Zatanna got eaten alive. They just fucked everybody up, and I was just
Like,
like,
how does she get eaten alive? She is.
I was very confused by the fact that she got overwhelmed. It's like, but she's a magician. She have the magic. Do a magic.
She can open up portals to different reality. Oh god, that's like.
And what made it even more confusing was that in this specific storyline, in one of the fucking in one of the fucking Constantine films, they established that Zatanna is incredibly powerful in this fucking continuity.
Yeah.
So she's in this. They've established already she's very powerful, and then she just gets swarmed by a couple of paradooms. Like she didn't do anything.
Like
to defend herself at all.
It's like for show that she says her spells backwards. Like she doesn't really need to. She can like literally open a tear in reality. Like
also, oh, my bad.
No, go ahead.
Also, I only recently learned because of watching Young Justice that her dad was a character in the universe that was also a wizard. I didn't know that. Also, which one came first? Was it her or the dad?
He was in the Justice. He was in the JLA.
Okay, so he's Ducky. He's first by a long shot. Then.
Yeah. And she's stronger than him because, you know, children are stronger than their parents. Like
because the typical trope of the I am a strong, powerful insert thing here, but my child. Now there's they're the real shit over there.
Yeah, of course.
It's just a common trope across different mediums, because it'd be like, oh yeah, like even it would be like sci-fi, like yeah, I'm a super genius scientist, but have you seen my son, or have you seen my daughter, or have you seen my nephew, or have you seen this kid I adopted off the street? They're the real deal. They're the one with the real big brain. Like, it's just I feel like that's just a very overused trope.
Like the way
the
way they treat Valeria. Valeria is actually probably stronger than Reed.
Shit, even fucking his son, right? Because it's like Sue Storm is like fucking this incredibly powerful superhuman. And it's like, but have you seen her son though? Now he's strong.
But you know what? They do that shit, right? Okay, so I say this: they do that shit to say, okay, we gonna retire this character, and people are like, yeah,
just getting their back.
It's like, yeah, great, and I'm like, okay, cool. We can get rid of the let me say it. We can get rid of the hick Goku. And, like, you realize something. Like, the supposed to be take over the next generation characters, except for, like, in some cases.
Like Zatanna, for example.
I would say Boruto, even though people don't like Boruto. The second generation are reactionary. They have to be pushed to action. You know what I mean? Like, why do I have to be pushed to action? Because reasons.
Oh. Which is interesting, because often isn't it usually like the fucking younger generations are ready to beat ass for their ideals? It's the older generation that's like, no, we tried already and we failed. I don't care anymore.
Gohan.
In real life, though.
I know, but Gohan, he's a reactionary character. The story didn't move him. I mean, he didn't move the story. The story moved him. For all the shit that you can lay at Goku's feet, one of the things about it, when he wanted to accomplish shit, he says, I'm going to go do this. Fucked up the Red Ribbon Robbery. He's like, I'm going to go do this. Like,
well, I mean, the story was literally just, I am a monkey boy in the forest, mind my business. Hey, look, a woman. I've never seen one of those before. Well, I guess a girl. I've never seen one of those before. And then they just start eventually. It's like, there's this ancient martial arts master who can teach you. Let's go find them. Hey, there's this tournament. Let's go be in the tournament. Hey, the Dragon Balls. Let's go get the Dragon Balls. That was always the thing. It's like Piccolo. Well, I guess King Piccolo killed Krillin. Then he was like, I'm gonna fuck that nigga up.
Wait.
Sorry, Krillin and Master Roshi.
Wait. Here's a better part. So you can say that Radix caused him to like follow after him because Gohan. He's like, ooh, I'm gonna go on Snake Way to train to beat the Saiyans. Wait, what? Like, yeah, no, I'm gonna go fight the Saiyans. Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah, he could have just been like, oh well, guess I'm dead, and then be like, oh no, everyone's dying. You have to come back to life now. He's like, nah, I'm gonna start getting ready now. I'll come back to life later.
I got one better for you. And Dragon Ball The Bridge makes a joke about it, but I'm gonna go to Namek to punch Frieza in the nose.
It's like, it's like, no, you can't. Like, Frieza's gonna be there. Oh, I know. I'm gonna punch him in the. I'm gonna deck him in the schnoz. It's like, but no, you can't fight him. He's incredibly strong. he's conquered many worlds. He's unbeatable.
Now they make a joke about the shit, but yeah, no, that's Goku. He would do some shit like that because he's a fucking idiot and he thinks I'm gonna punch him. I'm gonna punch him until his Goku, stop, dog, stop.
I do enjoy that. I do enjoy. It's the third part of the joke is kind of subtle, but the fucking joke with I've taken note of all the different heroic things people said to me before they died, and it's like, hi, I'm Goku, and I'm insane from Earth. I'm a deck you on the schnoz. Okay, that's a new one. Who are you?
No, I got one better for you. He's like, well, I'm gonna fuck your face. 5.
I'm gonna fuck your face. 5.
I like, how do you even deal with that one? Like, oh wow, you've heard that one before. Okay.
Yeah, and I enjoy it. So sometimes they pretty much every joke has a two-parter where they come back around to it. But I like the third part because I know he did it with Vegeta, where he started counting phrases that he'd said, but then with Goku was just like, I'm a deck you in the schnoz.
Are we gonna talk about the we're gonna get an old man to touch you and bring stuff out of you never thought you would find in your life. I need an adult.
I need an adult? I am an adult. No, you're not.
Oh god, that was a classic. And
I'm going to reach deep inside of you and pull out things that you didn't know you had. I need an adult?
I am an adult. It's just, oh my god, what? Okay, most younger generations are, I'm trying to read the chat and play this game. Most younger generations are prone to reject the path of their parents out of fear of becoming them. Yeah, of course.
True.
I gotta be better on watching the chat. My fault. But yeah, no, that's just the thing.
Yeah, look, also, I just gotta say, as someone who's not particularly a DC fan, Young Justice kind of fucking slaps.
Oh yeah, I'm mad they moved it to the fucking DC app when they did because
they have it on HBO Max. If you have that,
I don't.
It's because I didn't even as far as I knew, because last I heard of it was back in like 2018, I think. And I remember watching a video where someone was talking about how good it was, but they were like, "But it's so unfortunate that it got canceled." And then I just go on HBO Max and I see Young Justice and I go, you know what? Let's give the show a try. Since I hear it was so good, and then I saw 5 seasons. I was like, 5 seasons? What?
Yeah.
When did this happen?
Yeah, because what happened was they put it on the DC app, then they put it on the what's the name app?
Max.
Yeah. And
well, I've got to say the first 2 seasons are good, but once season 3, because I think I'm still on season 3. Season 3. They decided to kick it into maximum overdrive, and they really are taking advantage of the fact that they're on HBO, man, because they are fucking people up now. Those first 2 seasons, they tried, they did what they could, given that they had to limit themselves to Cartoon Network. But the second that they were able to, they started fucking murdering people instantly.
But you know what? The fact that they did do so much with those first 2 seasons, they dealt with the whole issue of, because remember, McGann is a white Martian. Yep. So, like, she literally, like, what did she do? Like, it was like she would erase Connor's memories of when they argued, and she was like, "Oh no, you don't remember that. You don't need to remember that." And he was like, "No, that's a violation." Like,
no, I think it was that not that she did it. She tried to one time, and he was like, "Are you serious? You think I of all people wouldn't notice when that you did that?" when we have such a deep connection? Are you insane?
It just seems like it was also implying something a little bit more than just, yeah, let me erase that shit from you. And it was just like, oh damn, they went there like,
But I mean, it was a natural progression because even when in the first season they show, was it the first season when the fucking, yeah, it was the first season because he was still Robin, he became Nightwing season 2. Yeah, in the first season when the fucking brain dude uh was talking about how he knew her secret because he read her mind, she fucking made him brain dead.
yeah, she basically lobotomized his ass. I was like,
She put him in a catatonic state so that he wouldn't be able to tell anybody.
yeah.
Which I really like the writing in in the first 2 seasons. I'm not knocking those first 2 seasons. It's just once they had free reign, things got better because they had less restrictions to do what they wanted to do. But like the writing is really good in that show, and I'm hoping that that seasons 4 and 5 keep up the pace when I get there.
Because I know they had the Outrider season. What was the season where they were like where they
I'm only on
introduced Static?
3.
When they introduced Static and the people who was like when the Blue Beetle was taking over. I think that was season 2. Or was that season 3?
Yeah, that was season 2. Because season 2 they introduced they had Beast Boy. Garfield became Beast Boy. Season 2 they introduced Blue Beetle. That was when they faked Artemis's death. They had Homeboy was being a double agent and all that shit.
Yeah, and when she like again lobotomized his ass too.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh fuck!" The second she saw him in that, before she did it, I was like, I already know she's about to learn everything and feel real stupid right now.
I mean, like she came in there like a motherfucking beast though. Like you did this to my friend, bitch. You about to? I'm not gonna kill you. You just gonna eat through a fucking straw for the rest of your motherfucking life.
Yeah, and I enjoyed it because what I enjoy about it is her having to learn the lesson the hard way. When Superboy's like, "You can't keep doing this shit to people. It's not right," and then she's like, "Oh God." I fucked up. He was right. Oh shit. I just fucking I just made an innocent man brain dead for no reason.
Oh no, worse shit. She made somebody who was actively on her side brain dead for no reason.
I was no, never mind. I'm not. No, I was about to say I was a little disappointed that Aqualad's design didn't change much in season 2. But to be fair, he was in the Black Manta armor most of the time, and he got like one episode out of it at the end. But I think his season 3 design, when he becomes Aquaman, I think it was a good improvement for him. I personally, I would have given him some kind of facial hair, either like a goatee or a full beard, something, just so he looks older. Because other than Superboy, who has a fucking reason in universe why he doesn't look older, I feel like most of the characters look older. Obviously, Megan doesn't count because she just changes the form when she feels like it. But fucking Robin became Nightwing. Fucking Garfield's obviously aged up. Everybody's older, and then there's just Aqualad, where it's just like, is he taller? Maybe.
So
it looks the same.
I thought about some shit, and now that I go back and actually watch the shit after the reveal that they made in the comics, I'm like, oh no, they couldn't have thought this far ahead. Remember the person that remember how they were showing that Aqualad had friends underneath the ocean?
Yeah.
Remember they showed that the girl was his friend, but they also showed him like being friendly with the guy?
Yeah.
They couldn't have thought that far ahead, could they?
I don't know what you're referring to. I don't read DC Comics.
In the comics, he's not exactly straight.
I mean, it's whatever. I don't care.
No. I'm saying, did they think that far ahead that they was going to release that?
I don't know. What I do know is it just me, or I feel like his friend was his friend Under the Ocean, not the Aqualad from the Teen Titans cartoon. Like, because when I saw him, I was like, oh, in this canon, these two characters, either one of them could have been Aqualad, but in this canon, he's Black Manta's son becomes Aqualad, and the other dude stays in Atlantis.
Yeah, it's kind of weird the way they did it because you think about it, like they've both been, and it's just like I don't know why they would have like chosen that, but I don't know. It's to me I wouldn't say it didn't make sense.
So I was right there. Like, it wasn't just a coincidence that was a different character that looked like the Aqualad from Teen Titans. Like, that is the same character, but he's not Aqualad in that canon.
I personally, it's always a toss up between which one was a better storytelling between Teen Titans and the Young Justice that I saw. It's always been a toss up. And oh god, fucking Rob, the Speedy. Oh god.
No, Roy. Bro, Speedy for me was I was happy that I didn't see the twist coming somehow. For me, I love when I don't see a twist coming. That I enjoy that because then I get to be there because I was sitting there like, is Artemis is Artemis sus? But I'm like, at the same time, no. There's really hasn't her and her sister haven't been like she hasn't given them any details about anything. Only thing that's happened is they've been like, haha, I'll tell everyone that you're my sister, then you're fucked, loser. And then, but I'm like, but it wouldn't make sense for her to be to be the thing. Yeah. It was like, oh shit, but Megan also got fucking blackmailed earlier. Maybe it's her. It's like, and I never thought it would be Superboy because I was like, nah, that's too easy. This can't be him. But then when Roy was like, wait a minute. It was me. I was like, oh shit.
And he, like, the fucked up part about it is he didn't even realize it. That was the best part about it. He didn't even realize it.
And I'm just saying what they did with do you know what they did with the clone Roy after season 2?
I know. No, because I know the original one had his arm taken off.
If you don't mind a mild spoiler,
go ahead.
I'll tell you. So basically, we have Roy. You watched season 2, so you know that the clone Roy had a daughter
with Cheshire. That's from the comics. Yeah.
So while the original Roy kept on with the superhero shit, he just became a normal family man and owns a business, and he goes by William now. That's it. And he's vibing. I'm not even fully through season 3, so he might have different shit going on. But that, like, at the start of the season, that's where he is. He's becoming his own person, separate from Roy, living his own life.
Wow, that says a lot. Oh god, but it's a fucking comic book. Oh god, that's not gonna last.
Which I also asked, was that clone storyline taken from the comics, or is that something they did on their own?
That's something they did on their own because in the real, in the actual fucking comics, him and fucking Jason Todd are like fucking they're basically the outlaws.
Yeah, I do enjoy the time skips and the way that they respect my intelligence, and they will just have significant amounts of things happen in between that you can only see through subtext. Like in season 2, when they just have they don't even say anything about it. They just have the fucking
Tim Drake
tribute. They just have they have Tim Drake there, and then the Jason Todd tribute in the fucking in that room. And I was like, because when they had Tim Drake there, I was like 5 years. It's like, I guess, did they skip Jason Todd, or did he get his face beaten with a crowbar already? And then when I saw his statue, I was like, okay, and it's answer B.
And no, the way they say the shit too is like, Tim, just be careful. We don't want you to end up, and then they just drop it, and everybody's like, oh shit, and then you look at it, you just like. And you look at the statue, you look at the tribute, and you like, shit. Like, they done been through some shit, like.
Also, another thing I respect about the time skip is, often with shows like this, when they get a second season, they'll try and keep it in roughly the same time frame so they can do the typical cartoon thing and and make it palatable where every episode you can just jump in because nothing's changed. But they're like, nope, season 2, episode 1, everything's different. Remember that kid? Remember how Dick Grayson was a kid? Now he's a grown ass man. Now he's an adult. Shit's different. Megan, remember how she was a sweet, kind girl? No, she's an asshole now. She's a dickhead. She's awful.
But you know what?
She's changed. And I'm like, you know what? I respect that.
Doesn't later on she just like drop the whole she's a Green Martian thing and just walks around?
Season 3 she just walks around when she's in her superhero form. She's just a pale Martian.
It's just like she's like, fuck it. I'm tired of, and it's like, you didn't have to motherfucking lie about the shit in the first place.
I think that Jahan, that's what his name is,
Yeah.
right? I think because Megan is such an important character in the show, I think he should get more. I think he should have gotten a bit more screen time just for the sake of her. Because Batman and, well, not so much Superman. Superman like appears like 4 times for more than 30 seconds. But like Batman, for example, for Dick Grayson appeared a lot for a significant amount of times to in some way have an effect on his character. Whereas Jahan just kind of showed up every once in a while. I was like, "You're doing a good job, sweetie. Okay, bye."
I think what gets me about like a lot of it, like, and I think they tried to play off her being a white Martian a lot different. Because remember the original Justice League cartoon show?
I know of it. I've seen some episodes of it, but I don't. I was a wee lad when I saw that, so I don't remember much.
So I think they're playing off of the continuity of the Batman and Superman Justice League cartoon shows. In the original movie where the Justice League all come together, those weren't supposed.
Jordan never involved in that.
No, he was known, but he wasn't around.
Yeah, I say that just because in Young Justice, both of them are actually not those two and the other one, the goofy one with the fucking red with the red fucking high and tight haircut.
No, I know what you're talking about.
All 3 of them are Green Lanterns when the show starts.
No, and so that was actually a thing. It's like when they was like, who should become a new member of the Justice League?
Yeah, and it's like, oh, what about him? Another Green Lantern? No, hell no.
But the reason why I'd say that is because in the original Justice League, the aliens that they were fighting, they weren't supposed to be aliens. They were just supposed to be white Martians.
Ah.
And so that's why they tried. I guess that's why they tried to play down the white Martians type, because the white Martians and the green Martians, they hate each other, and that's what they were supposed to be. But like, they were a race of Martians that would, like, I don't see why. I want to say this, and this is gonna like fuck up a lot of people. No one should trust the fucking Guardians at fucking all, because they are who started the white and green Martian fucking war. They fucking started the fucking Manhunters. They gave Atrocitus the reason to become Atrocitus. The Guardians are shit.
Even in Young Justice, the Guardians were the ones who let the fucking those aliens, what were they, the fucking Reach? They're the ones who gave them a fucking agreement where they are allowed to just take over a planet if they're invited. What kind of bullshit is that? Like, why didn't you just wipe those fuckers out? If they're that fucking dangerous.
The thing about it is, and the Guardians are just like, we can't get involved, but we're gonna start a fucking police force that's gonna always get involved. Like there have been a few Guardians that are actually decent.
What is your definition of not getting involved, sir? Like, what do you mean by that? Because when you come in with your fucking space police, fucking destroying people with magical constructs, that doesn't exactly sound like you're not involved. That just sounds like you don't like getting your hands dirty.
Well, that's being that involved, because we didn't pull the trigger. You gave the person a gun, you gave the person the ammo, you literally pointed and it says, hey, look at this shit right here. but you're not involved. Okay. I just can't. I just can't.
Ooh.
Oh, so I call some shit, right? Not really call some shit, but I call some shit because like people don't understand that comic books are real things, and they try to use Miles Morales as a reason why people. What was it? They were going back to an old video I had. It was like, but see, Miles Morales has been in a movie. Miles Morales was in the comic books 10 years before he was in a movie.
Like Miles Morales was literally a character where when he first was introduced, people were like, I don't really like him. I don't like the way he's written. And then somebody else got their hands on him. People were like, ooh, Miles Morales. Tell me more about him.
No, what gets me is these fucking comic book nerds sit back and say Stan Lee didn't like changing the characters. I was like, I was like, because you can point to this 2015 interview. He says, if Spider-Man would have started off like that, I would have been fine. But now that he's like this, I don't want to change him. But Stan, you literally have an interview saying how you would change other people's characters. No, you motherfucker. You just didn't want people to touch your shit. Changing other people's shit is fine. As long as it wasn't your shit. And I've never understood that they don't see that. Like
saying Stanley doesn't like change. I'm just over here like, do you not? This man was here for almost for fucking up until just a short few years ago. He witnessed every fucking massive change to his characters that has ever happened. He was there for. You don't think he would have been? If that's the case, you don't think he would have been like, no, we're not doing that. You're not allowed. Excelsior. No, fuck out of here. Man, put his fucking characters in the trust of a bunch of different writers and let that shit happen.
I just like fandoms like kill the fuck out of me. And God, let's not start talking about anime fandoms.
Well, it's not.
God. Fuck.
One, I don't. Anime is cringe enough on its own, but the people who like anime are even worse.
Fuck you.
But am I wrong?
Okay, I'll give you that.
Exactly.
But I was an anime fan before the rise of anime, where people just start were insecure 14-year-olds that never grew the fuck up.
And personally, if it were me,
okay, so for example, one of my favorite animes that I like is an old one. It's called Tenchimoto, and it was the harem anime, right? It was the quintessential.
Okay, I see where this is going.
No, it's the quintessential harem anime, right? The problem comes where if you look at harem animes now, you get and I know I'm still in the take from Vosh, but you get these protagonists that all the women love him for no reason, and he's like super earnest. It's like, yeah, you should love me, and all this other good shit like that, right? Mm-hmm. But this is the part where he didn't go. But you look at an anime like Tenchimoto, all the women love his ass. One, because she saw him grow up to become he become heroic. One is because he showed kindness. But in the end, he doesn't choose any of them in isolation because he doesn't want to hurt the feelings of the others. And he never leads them on. You get what I'm saying? So he's just kind to everybody. He's a hard worker. He has a chance to be a fucking prince of a galactic empire. But he just says, no, I just want to grow my farm and live with my family and just enjoy ourselves. It's not, I'm going to slay the Demon King type bullshit. It's never the, oh shit, I'm super powerful and now I'm going to take my place as ruler of the world. It's, yeah, I'm super powerful, but I would rather live like an earthling. But if you look at any anime harem right now, most of these fuckers are just, aha, I'm great and you should love me and I'm gonna go rule the world. And it's just like, sit your motherfucking weak ass down, motherfucker.
Are you
And
telling me that characterization matters?
I was watching the different. I was watching the difference between these two anime. So recently there was a movie. There was an anime that came out, a series that came out called Misfit of Demon Academy. He literally was the reincarnation of the Demon King from 2,000 years ago. This says, "Hey, I'm tired of this war. I'm going to use my life force to put up a barrier." When he was reborn into the era, he was like, "I'm the Demon King, but I want to go to school. I want to learn how to, it's a modern era. Let's." One of his things was like, he was talking to the people who was following him who actually believed who he was. They was like, "Wait a minute, why are you going to return this scepter where you are the Demon King? We saw the magic that you just did." He was like, "Well, because I wanted to get an A. I've never gotten an A on the test before." It's like that type of flexing, like, "Oh yeah, no, I can easily return with more of my power, but I want to just enjoy this peaceful life." Cut to the first episode of another motherfucking show that plays with the same premise. A demon lord that was motherfucking reborn. He's like, "I want to be reborn so I can experience a normal life." And the motherfucker literally acts like, "You should know who I am." And that shit, see, the one where the guy's like, "Yeah, I'm strong, but I like to have the people around me just as strong, and I like to have the people around me just enjoy me for being me," is way more interesting than somebody's like, "No, you have to respect me. I'm the Demon King, and I was reborn to have a normal life, but I still want all of my power even though I'm a nobody." Those two different characterization. And even with the one where the guy's just like, "Oh no," where everybody's just like, "Oh no, you're just great." And he has charisma, that thing that would make people like you even if you wasn't this all powerful Demon King. He's just has charisma. Cause like they try to play it off as him one time showing like, "Oh, I have this power," and it just didn't land. So he's like, "Fuck it, let me just be kind to these people that's being kind to me." But these fuckers that think, "Oh no, I'm going to be born again in a world that's going to fucking bow down to me and everybody's going to love me." Is do you realize that shit doesn't make you seem interesting? It just made it seem like you are just want to live in a world where you make yourself seem like the most powerful and the bravest, and like, no. I don't know. Characters that have natural charisma always, no matter how strong they are, sells a better story. Or even if they don't have natural charisma, they know they don't have charisma, and they don't try to play off like, "Oh, because I'm strong, you should like me."
It's almost like characterization matters, and if a character feels like a human being or feels like a person, it does not. It really does not fucking matter what. And nothing else really matters about the things around the character. Just how that character
Response to the
reacts
world.
reacts to the world they are in, the people that they meet, and the lessons they learn along the way. That's what actually matters.
Yeah, like, even if you are an all-powerful god, if you're walking around like, "I'm an all-powerful god,"
It's kind of the same thing where it's like if a character, it's the reason why a character who is just incredibly powerful and can face no challenge can still be interesting if they are a compelling, interesting character. They can sell a story even though there's literally no tension to be had for them because they can't be beaten by anything. If they are well written, if they are a character and not just a plot device, you can be engaged by them.
Even if they're a plot device, even if they know that they're a plot device. Another anime I watched recently, The Daily Life of an Immortal King. He knows he's a plot device. Like, not in the sense of breaking the fourth wall, but like when shit goes down, he knows he's there. But everybody else you see around him, everybody else around him is literally just like, oh my god, this is happening. Oh my god, this is happening. And he looks like, fuck, I need to do something. Everybody around him is just like, okay. And they play off the secondary protagonist as the real leader of the group, the real strength of the group. And it's just like, oh, yeah, it's like, and then they shit on like, why do you act like you so fucking interested? And they play off of that. It's never just like, I'm so strong, look at me. Like, if you are a character that your personality is, I'm so strong, you're boring.
The reason why people enjoy either Goku or Vegeta is because they like their big dumb dipshit who's strong, or they like their arrogant dickhead who's learning to be more humble but is strong.
And
they don't just go, yes, they are cool because strong. No, they enjoy the characterization of these two, one way or another.
I mean, like, you can say that especially about Goku. Goku never says, I'm the strongest in the universe, so like me. He's never said that. Vegeta has proclaimed to be the strongest in the universe, but he's also always fucking training. Now, does he
still has hubris, but at least he, to the best of his ability, is backing it up.
Does he become a jobber for a lot of shit? Yes. Is that a little bit frustrating? Fuck yes. But it's never just like, I'm gonna take this beating and I'm just gonna be okay with it. It's like, no. This is one of the things that's underwritten about like characters like Vegeta or even Piccolo. They never stop training. They always see a threat and say, okay, this next big threat is coming. We need to understand. We need to keep going. It's never just like I'm resting on my laurels and just like, oh yeah, no, we're just gonna stay this way. It's oh shit, we always have to be prepared. That's why Gohan will never make a good fucking lead character. Because he's reactionary. Even without giving any spoilers, even with the last movie that just came out, Gohan is reactionary. And it takes, and this is in the trailer, it takes his daughter being kidnapped for him to say, okay, let me put the books away and go save my kid. Even though it's like, and again, this isn't spoiler, even though it isn't a real danger for her, it still takes, oh, let me kidnap her. And I can't. I can't. Oh shit, it's 9 o'clock. Damn, I gotta give me something to eat, so. Anyway. Any last words?
If you have HBO Max, go watch Young Justice. It's good.
Alright, this has been a stream, guys. Fuck. I have to talk to my editor about putting out more videos. I got 3 that I need to do. Huh?
Wonder who that is.
Shit, I don't know. I'm my editor. But no, I'm gonna try to put out some other content. I like doing the gaming shit, and I know this has been an open talk, guys, but it's been fun doing this. Goddamn, 3 hours. Anyway, guys, fucking take it off and take us away, Richard.
What do you think that these executives are afraid you're going to do to white America?
Probably stop some racism.
Stop racism?
Yeah, they're probably afraid of that because then people don't hate each other, then people start talking to each other, and then they start talking to each other, they find out who's the problem.
Which is?
Greedy people.
Greedy. I have a couple things I want to ask you there. Do you